Dragon Heist module, and we're doing that to sort of do an origin story for a group of our favorite characters from the Golden Company, just kind of a amoral mercenary group who just cares about getting paid. So far, you guys have opened up a tavern. Trolls. Oh, thank you so much for the
Thanks for the subscription. It's Lathander Brothers.
Lathander Bro.
Thanks for the subscription, brother.
So sort of so far you guys have you've got a tavern in the North Ward, Waterdeep. Just sort of a pretty affluent part of town. You've definitely made a name for yourself in the city, and that sort of comes with all these strings that get attached, these political ties with the different factions that reside in Waterdeep. You guys have also gotten kind of caught up in this treasure hunt for the 500,000 golden dragon payload that sits somewhere in Waterdeep. And the only way that it can be found is through a magical stone called the Stone of Galore, which is rumored to be sort of a map to this treasure. Now the treasure was left behind. It's comprised of embezzled funds from the previous Open Lord of Waterdeep, which is kind of the ruler of Waterdeep, and who has since fled the city. And so this treasure is just waiting to be taken by the people who can find it. So, and of course everybody is after the treasure.
Everybody.
So far we've discovered that a notorious thief in Waterdeep, the Black Viper, and also Bartholom's love interest, kind of maybe romantic interest, is the Black Viper, and has the stone. Kind of plucked it from your guys' grasps before you guys got arrested, and there's been a couple secret meetings with her.
Too, yeah.
And meanwhile, you guys have been sort of rubbing elbows with the other factions, trying to place yourself in a position where you can have the most options available for when you finally do decide to go after the treasure.
No.
Thanks for the subscription.
Hey, Don, did you mind moving that?
Oh, just for the chat?
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, that'll work too.
Do we have music that should be playing? I feel like it's really quiet.
I haven't added the music back to this yet, so...
I don't know what's safe to play anymore. What's safe to play?
I don't know either. We might be able to get some music from a royalty-free website.
I mean, I found some, but I've already sent it to you. I don't have it anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I just haven't added it back to the to the thing yet. So
I'll just play something. If they don't like it, they can tell us.
Okay. And so so all that's going on, but we are finally coming up, I think, within the last quarter of this module, I believe, and so things are going to start sort of narrowing towards the treasure, one way or another, either in your favor or not in your favor. So,
right.
There's enough pieces in play now where people can actually go after it. So. Normally we start off with a what are you doing this morning kind of thing, but I think today we're just going to jump straight into a scene between Bartholom and the Black Viper at a third rooftop by night meeting, and
it's always got to be rooftop.
Huh?
Why's it always got to be rooftop?
Because she's very like Batman-esque. Like she or maybe Catwoman-esque, I guess. So she's very much like always like clinging to a rooftop of some sort, like talking to you like in the dark.
It's a thing, man. Let her
What I got to do to get her cape off?
And what do you? Do you have anything for this third meeting? Did you have anything you wanted to address specifically, or are you just going to sort of passively listen to what she has to say?
Yeah, I guess I have something to address since I was planning on talking to the group before I seen her again, but that kind of changes my...
Well, what would you have said to the group?
I think I was about to spill the beans.
Okay.
What her plan was.
Yeah. So we can act that out if you like. We can do that scene.
Okay. So Derek.
So now we're in the Troll Skull Manor.
Yeah, we're back to the Troll Skull.
Yeah, we're in the Troll Skull Manor. We'll rewind to earlier in the day, maybe during business hours, or you get a moment alone to pull Derek aside. Or did you want to talk to the entire group?
No, I imagine Derek's the only one around at this point.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, we can address the rest of the group together.
Okay.
So Derek, something I've been meaning to tell you. We all know that the Black Viper has the stone, right?
No. We suspected that Esvely had the stone.
Well,
are you saying she's the Black Viper?
That's what I suspect.
Alrighty. I see your nighttime walks have been fruitful.
Well, if I'm being honest, I have been meeting with her a couple of times, and she's tried to convince me to,
Yager's like, I knew it! She like burst through the wall.
I saw them.
She's been trying to convince me to partner with her in whatever attempts she's trying to make to cash in on the stuff. I brought your names up, and with no avail, she doesn't want to split it. I guess she's just kind of greedy. But
Sorry, just needed some tea.
what do you think about that?
I feel like
Breaking out my abacus.
Like,
Firebolt.
is this the most awkward conversation you've ever had with Derek?
It's so awkward. But it's things are crucial at this point.
So, she's the Black Viper.
Yes, and if I'm being honest, my plan was to steal it from her, but I don't think I can. I need you guys. We need each other. I tried to convince her multiple times to join us, but she's just not having it. So how should we proceed?
Well, so everybody else that has wanted us to get the treasure has offered us like 5,000 gold. 1% of the take. If she has the stone, you said she's got skills?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, she's got skills.
She can do this thing with her leg at a nightstand.
I haven't seen her in action, but I get the
You just see Hunter do.
I get a strong suspicion that. Well, what do you propose? What are you suggesting?
She gets half, we get half. That's still almost 42 grand in our pocket.
Right? Would you be willing to do that?
That's what I'm
Do you
thinking.
think we could convince the rest of the group?
I don't think that would be that much of a
As we're all
problem.
sitting at the bar.
You want to play some knuckles?
And depending on how you feel about it, if the opportunity comes up to cut her out of it,
I think she's.
I see a fire behind.
I think she's got potential, like, to grow as a person. I haven't given up on her yet.
And it would be nice to have a noble that is very friendly to us.
Absolutely. And that's all she wanted in the first place was a 50-50 cut. So that shouldn't be difficult to convince her. I mean, it can't be as easy as taking the stone, getting the coordinates, and cash it in.
Mm-hmm.
There's always twists and turns.
Mm-hmm.
So should I meet with her again?
Well, she is in negotiating power, so yeah, let's talk to everybody else and see what they think.
Alright, I'll let you talk to the group.
He
I think it was
turns
upstairs.
directly around.
We heard the whole thing.
So what do you think?
Okay.
It's still more than what we were going to get anyway.
How much is it? 42...
41.
Wait, we were
6666.
41,000
Ooh.
Can buy a lot of sharp knives.
I just want to say this one thing. Wait, we were getting paid for this?
Not you.
Okay.
You were dead.
Now, as an aside, like in your head, right? So you have been contracted by Romalia Haventree, who is part of the Harper faction, to. She doesn't care so much about the gold.
She wants the staff.
She wants the dragon staff, right?
Which no one's mentioned, so I think it's perfectly fair game.
Right. So just keep that in your head as well.
Well, it doesn't. Actually, no, several people on staff.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
But you wouldn't know that.
Nobody important wants the fucking staff. And if they do, I'll just burn them.
Actually, I know
Jarl
Jarl Axel mentioned the staff.
Yeah.
I can't remember if Silverhand did or not.
I don't believe she did.
Okay.
It's come up. They want
I
it.
think Jarl Axel said something about it, and I think Romalia said something about it to him. I think that's
Hopefully that staff is collapsing. So y'all don't just see me. What's up? I found a stick on the ground.
But yeah, so then I guess we go back to that night.
Yeah.
Okay. And so would you like to start the conversation off, or you want to hear what she has to say?
Yeah, I'll hear what she has to say.
Yeah. So she says, "Have you considered my offer?"
I have.
And
I've been thinking it over, and it just seems there's so many complications. Like there's so much unknown. Like, what's your plan exactly?
she says to get the money and establish myself as a noble again.
Oh, that sounds great, but I mean, what if it's not that easy?
She says nothing is ever easy, but when you have 250,000 gold dragons in your pocket, things get considerably a little more easy.
Right, but we have to get them first. Do you trust me?
She says, I'm toying with the idea of trusting you. I think I want to trust you.
You can trust me.
And she almost goes in for she's been creeping closer to you, like almost in a feline kind of like fashion. And she's so close to you now that you almost think that she's going in for a kiss. But then she's going to say, she's going to say, and then she's going to sort of peel away, and she says, and besides, as long as I have the stone secreted and hidden away, you can't really afford to betray me. Not till we get to the vault, of course, but by then, hopefully, we've earned each other's trust enough to follow through with our plan.
Well, I have a counter proposal. Since there's so many unknowns, I mean, we don't even know, the vault could be empty for all we know. There could be a dragon in there. There's so many unknown factors. It would be way too dangerous for just you and I to take this thing.
Okay.
I can convince, I'm 90% sure I can convince my guys to come along for just 50% of the take.
And she says, interesting.
I mean, if you give me 24 hours, I know I can convince them.
She says,
and there's safety in numbers.
she says, well, I suppose what you do with your half is up to you. So, if you want to work with your group and split your half with them, I have no problem with that.
Would you work with them?
Of course I would work with them.
Well, it's a happy day.
And she says, but now things are a little skewed in your favor. Obviously, they're your associates. If you wanted to turn on me, you could easily outnumber me. I need a little more insurance.
What did you have in mind?
And she thinks, and she says, I don't know. But perhaps... Fuck.
Well, if you need some
Perhaps
time,
I am going to have to trust you, Bartholomew.
I'll give her a deep, longing look.
Okay. And she'll say, and she'll sort of like start walking along the railing and towards the edge of the railing. You know what's going to happen next. She's going to jump off into the darkness and just disappear for the night. And she says, don't make me regret trusting you, Bartholomew. Remember, hell hath no fear.
Of course.
And she will disappear into the night. But not before she blows you a kiss. And yeah. And she'll want to set up a meeting with the rest of the group. So next time you guys meet, she'll want to meet with everybody.
We're all on the rooftop.
I need to be a bigger rooftop.
Yeah, I will.
She'll settle for like a patio. Or
Will she be willing to come to the manor?
I would not suggest coming back.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
She would prefer a more neutral meeting ground.
Okay.
It's a great idea.
Of her choice. I'll set it up.
She says, how about in the dock ward?
Anything goes in the dock ward. the old warehouse?
She says, no, there's a,
Burned down building.
she says there's a wrecked ship on the shore.
Next to the burned down building.
She said, let's meet there.
Very good.
Oh, flashback.
Tomorrow, midnight?
That suits me just fine.
I will see you then.
Yeah, and then she does a little kiss.
I'll make my way back to the manor. That went better than I thought. I think to myself on my way to the...
Starts checking her neck for wounds.
Yep, I'll make my appearance at the end.
Yeah.
Cool. So is there any? So there's a couple things I need to catch you guys up on. Over the past couple days, while this has kind of been going on and other stuff has been going on, so just some stuff you've noticed in the neighborhood. Number one, the guard presence or the city watch presence near the tavern has increased by a noticeable amount. And you've definitely seen.
I've never felt so protected in my life.
So, everybody can roll an intelligence check. 19. Okay, so you've seen this very strangely dressed gentleman sort of meandering around the North Ward with no particular destination and purpose, just kind of meandering around. It's a very not so greatly disguised Barnabas Blastwind.
Oh, I thought it was one of his people, but this makes I already had a plan when you said guard presence increased.
So he's been moseying around, and Willifort has also been been sighted in the North Ward.
Willowfort.
Yeah. He's been spotted around the North Ward a lot. Again, sort of in the same area as you guys. And when you guys are walking through the streets, especially as soon as you leave the tavern, the smell of sulfur and brimstone is always present.
I wonder.
Are we getting used to it by now?
Huh?
Are we getting used to it by now?
You never quite get used to this, yeah.
Hunter.
And I think that's... Oh, yes, and you've read about it in the papers. Monsters are sort of just popping up all over the city, sort of at random intervals, like
from the sewers? Or?
From the sewers, people suspect. Some people are suspecting that there's that this is just the inevitable cause of all the waste going down into the sewers and rogue magic and all this shit. But you've definitely heard the name Xanatar being whispered in the streets as the cause of this, and they seem to just be attacking. They seem to be fighting in the streets with another faction. Which you guys would probably guess is Zentarum. So that's going on as well. But also they're just causing general mayhem and destruction. It's been a real problem. So when the City Watch is not piled up on top of the Troll Skull Manor, they're out dealing with that.
Okay. So around lunchtime of one of these days,
Okay.
I am going to need several little care packages of sausages, breads, and cider.
Sausage? I'm sure you can just put an order in with recipe.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna need your help with this because I'm gonna start giving the city guard, especially Barnabas. Be not even say a word, just I'll be handing it to the city guard, and when he comes around a corner, I'll just hand him one. Here you go, sir. I've never met you in my life. You fucking idiot.
So his his shaded spectacles, they when you hand him this, you can see you can see the vein. They almost crack just due to the pressure of his. But the rest of the City Watch, they're really appreciative of the gesture.
We're gonna have some people.
Do you do this or you do this one day, or are you trying to do this
Well, I mean, I didn't know how much time is passing.
Okay, gotcha.
But I mean, if I get a chance to do it 2 days, I'll do it too.
Okay, yeah. And so it's a very low cost, very potent gesture for the City Watch. And
also I dig it. I know. I'm watching you watch me.
So definitely over let's say over 3 or 4 days, you notice that so let's say you did that on the first day. You notice over the next 3 or 4 days that the presence diminishes noticeably.
They don't fall into the tavern for more.
Huh?
They're not falling into the tavern.
Oh, they have to quit to do that.
And maybe some of them are showing up after their shift or whatever to come in and grab another sausage and and show their appreciation.
Welcome to our post-start hours.
The other thing's gonna happen. Is on one of these days, someone will come into the tavern that you've met before, Barthom.
Okay.
You know him as Melon War Dragon.
Yeah, I know him. I'm trying to place him.
You guys
the guy you got drunk with at the
party.
Yeah.
The one you need to take his place before he dies.
Yeah.
The one who was infected with a intellect devourer. But he is going to come in and he is going to seek out Derek.
Okay. What's a pro? What's a pro?
Malone, it's good to see you.
And he says, and he goes to shake your hand, and he doesn't miss a beat. He says, "Good to see you as well. I was."
Can I interest you in a drink?
And he says, "Forgive me for not remembering your name. I haven't been to myself as of late."
Been there.
It's Barthol.
Barthol, I'm very pleased to meet you, or to meet you properly. Is Derek in, perhaps?
He is.
May I speak with him?
Give me a minute. Let me go fetch him. And, I'll run up to. I guess you're in your quarters. That's where I'm.
Yeah, and he's got this. I think it's an axe. He's got this axe. It is like fucking, like, you can tell he's an elite warrior because he's got a fucking elite axe. Like it's like it's not blinged out or anything, but it has its own presence. Like when you walk through the door, this thing has its own like. And maybe this is a note for you too, Eleanor. This axe is like fucking. Like I said, it almost gives off its own light. It's so sharp and shiny and just powerful looking.
What is it Robin said? We get it, it's huge.
Well, I would normally say something about it, but I got a really weird feeling, so I'll just run straight up. There.
Okay.
Derek, could you come downstairs? If someone wishes to see you.
Sure.
Yeah, and so he'll introduce himself as Muldoon War Dragon, and
Pleasure to finally meet.
he says the pleasure is all mine. He says it was relayed to me that I have you to thank for my life, and I had to come thank you personally.
You're quite welcome.
And he says this is a fine establishment.
Thank you.
Perhaps you'll catch me under your roof drinking sometime.
You are welcome.
When is the best hour to make use of your establishment?
I'll tell.
Round dog.
Whatever.
Dusk till dawn.
But it's usually best on the weekends when Madame Merkel makes an appearance.
I've heard of this Madame Merkel.
Yes.
And if, in fact, over at the, what is it, over at the Yawning Portal, Davos Star Song can't shut up about her.
God. At least I'm making a presence.
Dabble is a big fan
Indeed.
of Madame Merkel.
So,
I just love it. This is a great way to spread Merkel's name
Yeah, it's
without
being
preaching Merkel. It's like Merkel. I've heard that name before. Fortune teller god or something like that.
and then the night will come where the meeting will happen. Unless anybody has any other business they need to get out of the way.
Not particularly. I'm gonna let Pork Chop know that Maloon can drink for free the first night.
Okay, the first night.
First night. He did inadvertently put me on a path that saved Hunter and everyone else.
It's worth a night of few drinks. It's worth a night of few drinks.
Yeah.
So the time comes. It's time for the meeting. Where was the neutral?
The ship on the beach.
The ship on the beach. Yeah, right. Yeah. So Doc Ward, as you guys are sort of crossing the beach, approaching the ship. You can see the moon like high up in the sky, full and bright, and you see the silhouette standing against it, very poised, very.
Kate.
You're not even sure if there's wind.
Somebody's holding a fan.
But as you approach, you see the silhouette against the moon sort of disappear, and as you as you get closer to the ship, those of you with dark vision can see her sort of can see this crouched like feline figure sort of nested between some of the broken planks of the ship.
I want to be a smart ass and have Panthers be beside me and me turn.
And she calls out to you and she says, "Golden Company."
I'll light a torch.
Greetings, cat lady.
That's good. It's good to see you. This is Derek.
She says, "Do not speak my name, Black Viper."
Excuse me. Black Viper. This is Derek.
How did you earn a tribal name like that?
She says,
You got an adjective before your actual name.
"She says it is the mantle that I took up when I came to this city."
They have a swamp in the city.
No,
Then how did you get your tribal name?
I took it.
From who? Who did you kill?
Well, unfortunately, I think the original Black Viper has long since been dead, but
Not by your own hands, though.
unfortunately not.
I like how that's the problem.
Yeah, this is a real fucking issue I have.
And your name is?
Ravaracus. I don't have an adjective in front of my name.
Can I see the eyes?
Yeah, even in the solid dark, you can see the glowing of the purple eyes. Yeah.
Can I just be like, we've met?
She says, "I know. I had to get you guys out of that predicament that you were in."
Get me out of get the thing out of the predicament.
She says, "Well, don't be so sad. Sometimes not everyone's hands are quick enough." And she says, and what terrible luck would it have been if the stone had ended up in the possession of the watch?
That's a good point.
It would have been quite problematic.
Very problematic.
No hard feelings.
Absolutely not. Especially since we can come together now.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Devastation
Oh my gosh!
props!
Dude,
Coming in with the
devastation
tier
is like
sub.
blowing up.
Whoa!
That's barbarians in?
They just give it to anybody that's tuned in, I guess.
Oh, okay. That's barbarians really cool.
Thank you so much, Devastation.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Devastation props.
He had to
You
take
are
it out
there.
from underneath Darkened Night.
Oh my gosh.
And like that, he was gone.
So she says, especially now that we can come together and work towards a common goal. Bartholomew, I'm sure, has discussed our arrangement.
Yes, he has. I believe it's a fair deal.
Everyone's in agreement.
Perfect.
Sure.
So ever since I have come into possession of the stone has been speaking to me. It's been telling me the location of the treasure and the keys that are needed to open the vault.
I was wondering. I was a little scared to ask, but that's good to know.
Interesting.
Kill Barth.
The blood of a Barthel.
She says there are 3 keys that are. Oh, and by the way, Quasar. Quasar. I should have mentioned this before. Quasar wants to be involved in everything.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, he's here for this.
So we're gonna have to cut that real quick and then back up and talk about that. How are you guys dealing with Quasar?
I wasn't going to tell him we were leaving.
Yeah, no, totally not. We sneak out of the inn and go to this meeting tonight.
He is waiting for you outside.
I've burned every instrument.
Well, he's not invited. What?
No, he's invited, technically.
He says we had a deal, and remember, I'm a bard. So if you don't keep your deal, I write a song about it. And then the Golden Company
Explain the terms
becomes
of this deal.
the Golden Fraud Company.
He's been hearing stories about our adventures. And he wants to be a part of it so that he can write songs about it and then sing them.
And this business about going after a treasure, this is most songworthy.
Can you change the name of the town and the treasure?
He says, well, there are some details that will get edited, but
Okay, listen.
especially the more drab and boring ones.
Like we waltzed in the pier.
Quasar, listen very carefully. You're gonna have to stay behind on this one, at least until we get done with our meeting. That's not part of the adventure, and this is very private. So, when the adventure begins, you will be notified.
But the adventure has begun.
I've already told
Again. Private meeting.
Well, I suppose I can just turn your friend back into stone. I mean, that's no problem either.
I'll eat you whole.
Not before I cast my spell, you won't.
Do you want an augury or
Since
not?
I have the fastest fingers
Quaid.
in all of one.
You won't if I eat them.
I heard that's not the only thing that's fast about you, too.
Be reasonable.
I am being perfectly reasonable.
No, you're
Look,
not.
I'm not going to tell anyone a soul
I
anything
believe you.
until the adventure's over. And I'm going to tell everyone.
Okay, that's fine, but listen. The person we are meeting
I'll kill you.
will not like that.
Well, I suppose I'll have to just make up my own version of events then.
I will let you know. I will tell you in full detail.
Give
You
me a
have-
persuasion. If you would. Well, you are doing the talking, so give me a persuasion.
Maybe we should let you do it. Maybe we should let you do it.
I'm letting Barthome say his piece, but I made a deal.
I mean,
He did say he'd change the name of the treasury.
13.
13? He says, alright then, have it your way.
I mean, there may not be an adventure to be had if you go along, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, because whoever's there will slit your throat.
Not only that, a lot depends on this meeting. And if we bring a stranger, there may not be one.
Stranger?
Two,
I'm part of the Golden Company now.
Oh boy.
Floon is like standing inside in the window. Floon is like staring, like just staring.
Static in the
at
window.
Oh yeah, he's just like he sees he's got his string. He's got his lute. And he's holding it so tightly, one of the strings breaks. Like
Shatter hits the bar.
yeah, he's just been perpetually like dark circles under his eyes since Quasar has been hanging around. Like,
I write a note. I write a note that says we'll kill him after and put it into the window.
Quasar, we have a deal. I am not going back on that in any way, shape, or form because Rad is very important to me. But as he said, this is a negotiation, and bringing an unknown into a negotiation is always bad.
look, fine. Your friend.
I
said
will
his
give
piece.
you every detail of the events of this evening. Every detail, including a very interesting name that you would like to include in this.
Okay.
Spicy sausage.
But we have to make this negotiation before we can bring someone else new in.
He says, look, like Botham said his piece. I'm completely fine with that. And he's gonna walk back inside.
All right.
Have a sausage.
Let's make a perception check.
Nope.
22.
And he like walks straight through the tavern and right out the back door and starts following you guys around the side.
So you have no idea.
alright,
So he just went through the kitchen and somehow didn't die, and now he's following us again.
Wait,
Made a
24
distraction.
to AC.
Huh? Did you see him? What did you roll for perception?
Somebody seen him, didn't they?
Oh, he saw him. Yeah. You're telling him now?
I was telling him.
Oh, okay.
I think if he says he's going to keep his word and not tell anybody.
Do you
Because
want?
he cares about deals very seriously, it seems.
Do you want me to distract
He'll
him?
keep his mouth shut until the end of the adventure. And we'll be gone by then with the gold.
So we just have behind us somebody playing some soundtrack music.
Without turning around. Like, Quasar, seriously. This could be the end of your epic ballad if you get seen tonight.
It's not by
Not
us.
only that, the person we're meeting with
It could be the end of you.
could be the end of you.
He says, something, silver hand or something. And he'll go back to the tavern.
Oh, but it's quite close.
I stay watching.
He's still gonna follow us. There's no way he doesn't know this.
He went out the window this time. Oh god.
Oh, he's
Flying with a little trail of pixie dust behind him.
Sure. I didn't say I was the most discreet.
Not stealthy.
Okay, so we've dealt with that. So back to the
We hear a manhole open when we're doing the negotiation.
back to the moment at hand. Yeah. So she's saying ever since I've grabbed the stone, or ever since I've attuned to the stone, it has been communicating with me the location of the vault and the keys that are necessary to open it. She says it has also given me an intimate knowledge of the inside of the vault.
Are there traps?
She says the most notable thing that we shall contend with is the dragon that guards them.
Oh no, out of game. What did I tell you?
To treasure that bit, there has to be a dragon.
Yes.
How is that possible if the dragon staff's in there?
Yeah. There.
I look at her.
I don't even know what the dragon's that. I know what it's supposed to do, but it's not like I know
Yeah, I don't
what
know.
it is.
Honestly,
Is it
Bartholomew
really a
don't know
dragon
about
or is it
the
a fake dragon? Is it something that's like a dragon but isn't really a dragon at all?
She says the images come to me in visions. I can only interpret them however I can.
So-
I saw a dragon, a golden dragon.
Okay, we'll deal with that
Golden
when we
dragon.
get there. So these keys, what do you have?
They're very strange keys.
Are we to acquire? Obviously, we're to acquire them first.
Yes.
Do you have any kind of inkling?
Yes.
Well, that's good news.
She says the first key is a gift from a queen.
I'm a queen.
The second key is a bronze dragon scale. And the third key is a perfect performance of your beardy face.
So say that third one again.
Perfect performance of your beardy face.
Yes.
Well,
So the seat
That's
kind of
unusual.
as luck will have it,
We do a dragon.
Hey.
So, person that can see.
we do know a bronze dragon.
Who just needs a chest?
B, an interesting chest. B, we do have access to one of the best bards in Waterdeep.
And she you hear her kind of laugh and she says, have you ever heard your beardy face?
No, no.
She says, it must be performed by two bards
Oh, we have two bars.
with bagpipes
Ah, shit.
in perfect unison. It's a duet.
I gotta blow the things together. That's not
Floon's about to get his shit together.
I'm not doing the talking this time.
You did give him bagpipes, though.
God damn it.
Well, the third key might be a little more problematic. Perhaps we should acquire the first two keys and then we can take it from there.
I can deal with the third one if you want.
Honestly, I'm at a loss.
Well,
A gift from a queen.
A gift from a queen.
I've got no clue on that one.
Can I roll an intelligence?
You can roll intelligence if you
Black
like.
Viper, do you know any queens?
Maybe I
Because
shouldn't
he
roll the
doesn't know
intelligence.
anything.
Can I add anything?
You add your intelligence mod.
6.
So you're like,
Fuck's a queen.
queen?
A queen? Michael, where is
I got an
queen?
Yeah, I rolled 2. Even
I
though
got the
it's
bard
not-
thing handled now. I just got
Straight
stuck on
up.
that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so Black Viper says there's only one kind of queen I know, the Queen of the North. Says
The Night Queen?
Laurel Silverhand, the Witch Queen of the North.
right.
Dear God.
I'm out.
Get it from her.
What was the golden dragon's name?
The brass dragon? That wasn't brass dragon.
Brass dragon.
It was brass, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
What was his name?
No, bronze. Bronze, brass?
Bronze.
He was a dragon.
I don't remember his name.
I think he liked us though.
He did.
Yeah.
He did like it.
Can I do that
I think
one?
he'd be willing to be like, yeah, I got like a bunch of ones.
Well, that's what I'm figuring. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh, we need the discarded scale.
Yeah.
They got to come off in your layer somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Bro, I need a scale.
I
Here's
think we'll
this.
go over here to Glenda's hut and see if her apparatus is still operational in the basement.
I can
two
turn into things
rogues that were like in it using claws
Well, I was just going to use it as like
just to get down.
Zelifar was the dragon's name.
Zelifar.
Well, perhaps, Philip, perhaps we can split up that. I mean, you recently gained some rapport in the city. Maybe you could talk to Silverhand and we can go for the
It's just a like
the dragon
chair.
scale.
She says, well, actually, I can't. She says, I can't do. She says, I can't. She says, Silverhand will be on me in an instant. She's very smart. Romalia is watching me like a hawk.
Okay.
And she says, however, I am devising a way to transport the gold.
Fair enough. Well, gift from a queen.
Y'all have fun with that and we'll go talk to a dragon. Waiting for you in the burn down pit.
Not burned down. We put the fire shot.
Currently burning.
Stop it!
Well,
I missed the spot.
I'm trying to think of our last conversation with Silverhand. Like, it's been a while since we've talked to her.
It has,
It's been a week.
but did I complete any of the sounds for her?
Derek's flipping through an IOU book.
Yeah, I literally have a notebook for this stuff. No, I really think. Although she was the one that contracted us to check out the bronze dragon.
And we did that.
Never really collected on that.
I need a favor.
It's a good start.
Give us something.
Okay.
Some token of her appreciation.
Yeah. I'm still not sure of that. So you're gonna make the necessary travel preparations.
She says, yes, I'm working on a way to transport the gold.
Well, I guess we will.
Which is dangerous in its own right, believe me.
Well, I guess we will get started on the keys. When do you want to? Where and when do you want to meet again?
When you have the keys. She says, just contact me in our usual way.
Okay.
Stand on a rooftop looking forlorn.
Do you have everything you need? Provisions, rations.
Yeah. I'm rich. Kind of by proxy.
Well, that's going nowhere. So. Alright, I guess we'll be on our way.
Yeah, so since we're here, I want to check out Glenda's hut.
Okay. The wreckage of Glenda's
Brenda.
Or Brenda, yeah, the
Oh
wreckage
yeah, you
of
never went in the
Brenda's
basement, did you?
I did.
But you didn't open the chest.
I did not open that chest that was down there.
We didn't have time.
Didn't have time.
Lord. Let's see.
I mean, he wants the chest empty. Might as well take it out.
No, I just want to know what was in the chest.
Yeah.
Like there was a locked chest right there in front of me, and I couldn't do anything with it. I knew there was goodies in it.
Eleonora!
So as you approach the wreckage of the house, you're gonna hear kind of off in the distance. You're gonna hear some like the sound of some loud like bang, and then like what just sounds like bricks kind of spilling into the street. There's gonna be some cries. This is happening like maybe a couple streets over, but so that's sort of in the background there.
Minotaurs.
Stampede of minotaurs. All right, let's go. Check out the sound real quick.
Right behind you.
Oh, you're gonna check out the sound?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you sort of rush through the streets, you're going to some city watch people are going to start kind of like moving as well. They're moving towards the source of the sound as well, and they're sort of barking things back at each other. And when you come around the corner, you're going to see this. Let me see. You're gonna see a
What I miss?
loud noise.
Loud noise.
Surprise is trying to. Thank you. I got it when I went and got my dress. And they were like, comes with a free shirt. I'm like, yes! Wearing it all the time.
Yeah, you're gonna see a Minotaur. Minotaur in the streets.
Is your name Wub?
He's as you come around, those of you with dark vision will be able to see he's got this like kind of silly hat on, but it has like all these like little eye stalks and shit on it, and he's just he's just like picking shit up. He's picking people up and just throwing them. He's like punching walls down. He's just terrorizing the street. The guards are sort of going to start like forming a circle around him and start sort of grappling with him. Yeah, I don't know what you guys want to do, but that's what's going on. So.
Back to
Should
the
we help
hut.
them?
Back to the hut.
I mean, that might help our cause with
Repertoire.
Silverhand.
For all we know, Barnabas is going to watch and arrest us for fucking
Obstruction of justice.
helping without a license or some stupid
he
shit.
pulls off the mask of the Minotaur mask. He says, "Aha!
Got you now! Damn it!" I really don't want to get
Until he asks
tangled up with the
us
city guard
himself to help, I suggest we don't.
anymore. Yeah, I think we gotta go low profile.
Back to the hut.
Okay.
Back into the shadows.
Homer Simpson.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even like a city guard will be like, stand by and let the city watch handle this.
Aye, sir.
He like runs in and gets boom, like bumped up like through a second story window.
Rolls out to in front of us.
Great form. I left you to it.
And yeah,
Doing good.
so you want to spend some time searching through the wreckage of Grinda's house?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you looking for the chest?
Yes.
Well, the chest and the apparatus.
Yeah. So the apparatus will be easier to find, despite it being in the basement. Like the way that the house sort of like caved in, sort of at an angle, and so like you guys only have to clear so much, like just a couple things before you start seeing the claws protruding from the wreckage.
Nice.
Sorry.
The
All the dead are me. I'm sorry.
chest. Everybody give me an everybody who's looking, give me an investigation check for the chest.
I feel like I'm kind of blocking the door.
It's just a door frame with
door
no
frame.
walls around it.
I got 15, 16.
Natural 11.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I'm stuck that way. My intelligence is 0.
We know.
Dinks.
It's an investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15.
Top.
Oh.
With the
Who rolled the highest?
Eleanor.
Okay, yeah, you're going to find
I
the
know.
chest.
I drew it and then Porter and Alley Cat fixed it up.
Yeah,
and
so
mixed
you
up.
will you'll find the chest. It is it's definitely it's been singed and burned, and it's actually It's actually taken quite a beating. It's like it definitely looks like it's weak. It's been weakened by being set on fire. So, but yeah, you'll find it fresh. What do you do?
Is it like locked?
Yeah,
was last time.
it has a lock on it. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll try to pick the lock.
Okay.
18.
Okay. So the lock clicks, and you have opened the lock.
Okay.
As you open the chest, however,
It's a mimic. I'm just
give
kidding.
me a dexterity saving throw.
It's a mimic.
Oh god, I was kidding.
It's a mimic inside the chest.
Snake.
Like the chest is real,
Thanks, Nick.
but there's a mimic waiting inside.
It's a baby mimic.
10.
It was a
10.
pen.
Yeah.
All right. So as you
It was so good the last one, and then she's like, "Get out of here."
sometimes that's what you gotta do. You gotta throw out the bad dice.
It doesn't work, though.
Huh?
That never works.
Nothing works.
What about if it's?
I don't want to hear
dice?
it, Mister, using the version.
14, 16, 20. So as you lift the lid, it blows up in your face and it's like sends you flying back. And maybe you like catch it, like you like sort of land on your feet, but you're definitely like singed. Yeah. And you would you roll? You rolled a 10.
Yeah.
So you take the full 20 fire damage.
Is everything okay down there?
Poof.
I caught her like in a baseball glove. And I hold her and I look at this little tiny black ball of Eleonora. Would you like some healing?
Yes.
Let me see. Can
Just
I go
got
ahead and
hot
give her
fire
a
down
heal
fire
real quick?
Yeah.
So who all's down there? Everybody but me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the whole house is just a burned, like it's sort of like burned into itself.
But there's a stairwell leading down, right?
If you approach from the beach, you can actually just see where the basement, because it was sort of on a ledge on the beach, and then like
15.
like the back half of the house is on stilts.
Oh, so if I'm,
Yeah,
if I'm
so-
kind of watching from the back, I'd probably stick my head in and see what happens.
yeah, you definitely saw the, and then maybe like a little meteor. Rabaracus's mitts.
You just see
But you
Raph
have-
diving
but-
on the beach.
But now the chest is open, so.
Okay.
Did you want to go back immediately and look inside?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, I'm so
So when you do, you hit that and you jump back, and as you're falling back towards the chest, you can see that inside is it looks like a couple like knickknacks, like odds and ends. Most of them like damaged by the fire, but sitting amongst all that is a metal scroll case.
Ooh, okay. Can I open it?
Sea
Yeah.
Hunter is
Very
written.
simple.
Yeah.
Christmas.
You'll open it and there's a piece of paper inside.
Okay. What does it say?
It says it looks like a lot of like magic writing shit on it. Is what it looks like at first. It's a spell scroll of some kind.
I guess I'll show you guys and ask you if you know.
Would that be like an Arcana check or something?
Yo, got me on
Or is it one of
that.
those situations where we can pick what spell it is?
If you have a good idea for a spell, you can pick what it is. It's
Oh,
a
well,
A wish.
it's a sixth level spell. So.
Ooh.
I don't know 6th level spells off the top of my head.
Right,
I'll let
right.
the vets take care of that.
Well,
They
I mean,
can-
Eleanor did take the damage from opening the chest. Did you get to pick the spell?
Well, I don't really know any spells.
Yeah.
Terry's gonna give me a good list here.
So, no, I'm pulling up the list too. Let you guys look through it.
We also have, Blackstaff also owes us a spell scroll.
Forecasting. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm sorry, Terry, but John's list is bigger.
Yeah, so you can kind
I mean, it is.
of look through those and see if anything catches your eye.
I have no idea what half of these do.
Well, you know, if something looks interesting.
I mean, they all look interesting. There's
Well, when I
like
see
phases of
flesh, then just randomly
Well, I saw
pop up.
Bones of the Earth, and that looks badass as
Globe
hell.
of invulnerability.
Globe of invulnerability.
Globe of Vulnerability. So yeah, so that one will any spell of 5th level or lower cast from outside the barrier can't affect creatures or objects within it, even if the spell is cast using a higher level spell slot. Such spell can target creatures and objects within the barrier, but the spell has no effect.
So only spell. They could still come in and like melee attack though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If y'all see anything, feel free to like give your input too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth taking too much time on, but like if somebody has something real fast, they can
Heal.
Harm, heal.
Looks good.
Hero's Feast.
Hero's Feast is a great spell, man.
Mental prison. Auto's irresistible dance.
Minor ally.
Summon fiendish spider. What?
Yeah, if we pick Hero's Feast, Quasar does not.
He does not qualify
He does not qualify.
for some of the feasts.
Summon. Yeah.
I think he's just having to write a
Sunbeam.
separate song about Bartholomew. Like, yeah. So that's what you get.
Chain Lightning is always a good one.
I just love the fact that Sunbeam is at 6 levels. But
Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. So yeah. So I guess you guys can think about that if you want.
No idea. Like I said, I really don't know.
Yeah, you know, something that would be useful, I guess.
I mean, heal will probably be the most useful.
Yeah, I guess Planar Ally is really good too. If you're into summoning things.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's the. Yeah. Let's see. I wish it wouldn't take so long to load. Arcane Gate's not a bad one either. I think that's the teleport one.
what's Circle of Death?
Exactly what it sounds like. Disintegrate is a pretty good one too, offensively.
I just don't know how much combat we're going to be getting into.
Right. And then.
Want to have one for the
Arcane
possibility
Gate is that's what?
It's the teleportation one. You can choose 2 points and like teleport between like.
It's only 500 feet.
Huh?
It's only 500 feet.
Yeah. That's a decent distance, right?
Depends what you're fighting.
Yeah, right.
Depends on where you are. You know, like, I don't know.
We're 500 feet into the
Oh, yeah.
abyss.
Like I said, you guys can if you have D&D Beyond,
Very
you can browse
situational.
spells at your leisure. So, it could be a 6th level or below. I'll say that. So, so you guys can just have that in your corner. But that is what you will find in there, and Eleanor. All right.
Well, that was worth it, John.
Yeah.
I pick up the chest. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, Rab, do you have mending memorized?
I think I do. Yes, I do.
Did you do some work on this chest?
No,
Why
it's
the
got features.
What does the chest need mended?
For the dragon.
Yeah.
He loves chests.
Oh, yeah, I can mend it.
And it actually says that it is a sea chest. So.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll mend it for him.
Where are you going to carry the chest?
In my mouth.
Listen, you will have. We're going to take the apparatus out. All right.
What I'm doing.
You will be able to. You're going to help look for the dragon as a shark.
I feel like that 5-year-old you have to convince.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, you can do it, but there's a proper order to doing it.
But I like the fishy.
You will be the fishy. I'm not telling you no. I'm just saying we got to do this a certain way.
Actually, can I even be the fishy?
because I'm going to have Eleonora and Bartholomew driving the apparatus.
No stabby stab this time.
Alright, so what have you done? You've mended the chest. Okay, cool.
Alright,
Wait,
so I got to make a deal. So I need you to go get Quasar.
Quasar.
He's a part of this now. We actually need him.
Hold on. Is there like a manhole nearby?
Huh?
Is there like a manhole within like a couple
Can't you
feet?
just turn into a horse like you always do?
No, I'm gonna like pick up the manhole and he'll be right there. Like I never left.
Alright.
Actually, I take it back. I can't do the swimming. I'm not 6th level.
Oh.
Why is this one so young?
How big is this
I'm doing this, and it's like.
Oh yeah, it just depends on like
It had nothing to do with the chest. I was going to use Hunter to help look for.
like I'm watching on Twitch and this and like Twitch.
Should I get both boards so they
but
can
if you
learn to
refresh it,
get
goes
along?
back up.
No, let's get Quasar for now. We'll deal with convincing Flume later.
No, kill him after.
So you go back to the Troll Skull Manor to collect.
Yes.
Okay. What form do you take to get there, or do you just walk? Just take the bus.
I go as a panther.
Okay.
Do you have a permit to be a panther?
Why will you be a horse in the man, but not turn into a horse to go to the man?
Because that's what they're expecting.
I'm going to continue digging out the apparatus.
When you arrive at the Troll Skull Manor,
The panther's faster.
you will see Quasar. With a camel.
Camel's actually slower than a panther.
Whoa. So when you arrive at the Troll Skull Manor, you will see Quasar, and as he turns back towards you, you can see that he's got a shiner.
I feel like I already know where that came from, so come with me.
And he says, and he kind of just looks at you like he's like, "What are you talking about?"
I'll look on the other side of the bar to see if the other bar is there.
Yeah, Flume's there. He's also got a shiner on the opposite eye.
We're going to talk about this later with Derek here.
Black eye.
Oh.
But you, timeout, swear.
You're sending Flume to timeout.
Yeah.
He says.
He started it.
Yeah. He says. But you don't understand.
You don't understand. You're in trouble. Go in the corner.
He says. Fuck this place. Fuck the Golden Company. I'm out of here. I can't get the respect I deserve. Who was here? Who was here first? Who was the one who opened this place with you? Who was the one who sweats and bleeds and drinks for this place? He says, I'll have you know that I work at half the rate that any other bar of my stature works for in this town.
Time out.
He says, you time out. And he's going to charge away.
If you come back, you get to do something very heroic and get everyone to like you.
He says, everyone already likes me. It's you they don't like. By the way. And then he storms out.
I thought it was very pointed.
Roll damage.
On who?
On me?
Oh. You can take some psychic damage if you like.
I was getting coffee. Did we all go back to the manor? Or
No,
okay.
just
No, just him.
I'm gonna fix that pain later. Y'all gonna have to work together after this, but you're coming. Let's go.
He says, work together.
Do you want a good song?
He says, of course I do. I just can't think of a good song that has Floon in it.
What's the name of the song
He
again?
says, my eye look okay. It hurts something fierce.
What's the name of that song again?
My beardy something.
Is that what it is? My beardy?
I got it. I got it on my notes. Your beardy face.
You're going to need him for your beardy face if you want to do this treasure.
He says, your beauty face. He says, I can't possibly perform your beauty face. And I especially can't perform it with Floon.
You're the only 2 bards we can afford.
Well, the song can only be performed by best friends.
Well, suck it up, Buttercup,
Well, who's your
and put
best
some ice on that eye and let's go. Here's a phone. Just sitting on the bar.
I have half a mind to turn you this time.
I have half a mind to burn you alive, Weasel.
Well, I have half a mind to... do we have somewhere to go?
He forgets.
Yes, we do.
Meanwhile, so back... so you guys have cleared out the...
Already
cleared out
halfway the
the apparatus. And the panther and the bard will arrive. The bard will be flying, and he has like a trail of pixie dust like following behind him. And as he descends, he's still arguing with you. And
I'm not even saying anything because
I
I'm
know,
a
yeah, but he's telling you just what he thinks. And he assumes he's winning because you haven't been responding. So when
That's a panther.
so when he lands, he says,
And that's what I think.
he says, and that's what I think. Well, you said every detail.
Back to normal. That bard situation might be a problem. As you look at his eye.
We'll figure something out.
He just smiles. He's got a missing tooth as well.
Kind of like it. Anyway.
Prestidigitation.
Alright, so I will give you the details of our meeting. On our way to talk to a dragon.
And he says, "Shut up!"
Let's go.
Oh, he says, I knew I made the right deal. And he goes to give Ravaracus a high five.
Where's Floon?
He wasn't invited on this particular outing.
And he slaps the fuck out.
That's very aggressive and now I'm angry.
He says, whoa, easy.
When you say
Save your aggression for the dragon. Are we going to go slay it?
No, we're going to talk to him.
Oh,
He's quite interesting.
He's a nice guy, actually.
alright.
when you say where's Floon, I'm going, don't you fucking talk about it right now.
Ooh.
Okay.
He brought some interesting points up.
Alright, so I don't know if you caught it, but Eleanor's driven this thing before.
Correct, yeah.
You're going to help her from the inside.
Okay, can do.
We're going to kind of sit on top, so we're going to get surface for a while.
Eleanor, can you show me the ropes?
I can try.
Wait, we need to get her baby car seat.
This should be.
She can become someone bigger.
Oh. But she likes being like this. I want her comfortable.
I really kind of wanted to drive it last time. This would be fun.
Okay.
You're gonna have to turn into somebody bigger.
Okay.
Who do you turn into? Like, what do you look like?
You.
Oh.
The guy.
She doesn't get like the racial thing if she turns into like a little folk. She doesn't get the breathing thing.
I don't think so. But
As cool as that would be.
I don't think so. But he's going he's just like furiously taking down notes.
He's quiet for once.
Quasar,
yeah.
No, he's talking while he's going. He's
no.
just like, oh my gosh, you could turn into a lizard person. Think of the possibilities. You could be a different person every night. I haven't met you, have I? Oh.
She doesn't have the time. Ravaracus driving a boat and Ravaracus swimming.
Yes.
Wait,
So tell me
this
about your people. And he's going to start laying into you as well.
They do not, but
My
they get
people.
every single feature.
What's that
My
supposed to
people
be?
are ruffians, savages. They tear people apart as soon as they step foot into the swamp. Unless they're Derek, of course.
Fearsome. And he says, Ravaracus, of the deadly mire. That sounds good, doesn't it?
I like it.
Yes, I like it too. But you can rhyme mire with plenty of things. Squire, dyer, fire,
Fire?
hire,
Down boy.
sire.
You say
You haven't
words.
sired any children, have you?
What is he saying?
Oh no, how could you?
I don't know these words. I'm like sweating now. I'm like,
You
I
know
have a
fire,
very
man.
limited vocabulary. Would you like to arrange a meeting?
He says, I think we're in one right now.
This wasn't in my schedule. I pull out a napkin. It's like all torn up. There's like stains on it.
Oh, who's Lawson?
I didn't write that.
So that happens the entire way to wherever you're going.
Can we throw him off the boat?
And where are you going, driver?
Basically, I was thinking we'd go to the perimeter where the dragon was hanging out before.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'd like to think there's some buoys or something to like mark off
We're driving through
the range.
Well, it's unfortunately it's like an invisible force kind of like, so they don't really have it marked off. It's like only dragons can really sense it. But yeah, if you spend enough time out there like searching around, the dragon just by its nature will be curious enough to approach and say hey. So and he must live somewhere around in the area.
Basically that's what I was thinking. That I mean, we knew approximately where he was hanging out, so I figured we'd go out there, and if Rav is willing, start doing some underwater reconnoitering, and then kind of cruise around until we draw his attention.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he seemed quite fascinated by the apparatus the first time.
Yeah, and sure enough, at some point he will. See, this is nighttime, so. But the machine has like lights and stuff on it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So eventually you'll see this. It's kind of frightening actually because it's so dark and like you just see this dragon's head sort of pop up from the water, and then you see this little dragon hand sort of wave. And he says, in Draconic, he says, "Hello there."
Hello.
That's all you have. 'Cause I don't speak Draconic.
No comprende.
You've come by to see me again.
It's been a minute. My apologies.
Would you like to schedule a meeting?
I suppose I can pull back out my napkin.
It's all so
I suppose I can pencil you in as it floats back up to the top.
It's from the surface, you just see like this napkin like float up. And he says, "Well, how about right now?
Sounds great to me.
And what would you like to discuss?"
I need one of your skills that you are currently not using on your body.
He says,
And I will give you a skill I am currently not using on my body. And a chest.
He says, "Well, you can surely you can understand that one of your scales cannot possibly equivocate in value to one of mine. However,
A chest?
you say you have a chest for me. Now, on any normal day, if it was just gold we were talking about, a chest would do quite nicely. I'd pay you, and you could go on your way. But as it stands, a scale is quite another matter."
What about a chest and a song?
So, how could I get a scale? Especially if you're not using it, I mean.
He says, "I use all my scales. Until the moment I don't need them anymore. So, what do you need my scale for?
Bubbles start going.
Surely some sinister magic? Are you trying to control me?
Yeah.
Lizard woman.
I would never. You and I are good enough friends as it is.
Somehow I believe you.
I give a
So
creepy
what-
ass smile.
So what do you need the scale for?
Derek didn't go over this with me before we went in the water. It's required for a woman.
He says, "Oh, how romantic of you. Can you just, well, I guess it's not deception.
No,
Yeah, it's not
give
deception.
me-
Yeah. He says, how romantic of you. And you think that my scale could possibly win her heart for you?
And I'm like, maybe not for me, but for my friend.
Oh, so it's your friend who needs the scale.
Did
Make it
you meet
cute.
the dragon last time? I'm just gonna go.
I was there.
You remember?
Although I feel like it was more like.
Oh yeah. It's supposed to be, but it was probably when you met him.
Oh yes.
And he looks like this.
Yes, the man from Luskin.
The Luskin man.
Yes. I didn't like the way he smells.
Me
So no
neither.
thanks.
But I don't like the way he smells either.
It's for me.
You see me in the apparatus.
He smells too clean for my liking. But this is for me to help out a friend.
He says,
It's for
So
Hunter.
you're helping me out, so I can help somebody else out. It's a chain of kindness.
he says,
Oh.
he says, one of my scales.
Just one.
Do you know that curiosity I've mentioned before?
Bless.
The thing that's hiding under the ship in the harbor. I'd really like to add it to my collection.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, what am I getting?
And the chest.
And he says, I'll give you a, and he'll produce, from somewhere, he'll produce a pearl, probably worth about 500 gold pieces.
Wait, what's going on?
You're
If you would give me a moment, so I may discuss with my boss. So I will, I don't know, swim up to Derek. Knock, knock, knock. Hey.
Why'd you get off the ship?
He wants the chest, but he won't give me his scale. He wants the thing under the ship in the harbor. And then he will give us his scale.
Oh, I thought this was going to be an easy night.
Oh,
He's being difficult. I don't know what to say. Bartholomew doesn't like the way you smell either.
Perhaps I'll stay in the background.
That's probably for the best.
I can,
He's a
make,
little overbearing.
I can make us a friend.
Luskin
But-
perfume.
But with this
Luskin
with
musk.
this chest
The
we give
Luskin
him, he
musk.
will give us a pretty big pearl. Worth about 500 gold.
Did you promise him that we wouldn't sell the scale?
No, I just made a blood pact with him.
Made a
Wait, what?
No, I didn't. I don't do anything without Derek's permission anymore. So that's why I came back to discuss terms. To discuss terms. So I
Terms, yes.
I have a pair of glasses on now.
You're learning the language. You know to schedule a meeting.
I know how
To
to
pencil someone.
negotiate, sort of.
Discuss terms.
Make a schedule. Discuss matters. Discuss those terms.
Oh, dear.
Does the apparatus submerge?
It does, but we're just cruising circles right
Right, but I mean, if we have to pursue this endeavor, it might be helpful.
Yes. But
So is this the submarine he's talking about that he wants?
yeah, the one
Yeah.
under Jarl Axel's ship.
How big is it? Like, how big's the apparatus compared to it?
It's probably about maybe five times as
How do
bigger than the apparatus.
how do we supposed to get it?
Little
Could you-
towboat.
Did you tell him to come up?
Yes.
We'll discuss this.
He's already there.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna dive back down. I'm like, oh, hello.
I can't see. This isn't.
Do you need me to translate? Or
Yes.
can you speak common?
And he says, I can speak common, but it sounds quite funny.
Okay, I'll translate.
Well, he can understand me, right? So,
Yeah, I'll just need to translate for you.
yeah, you can translate what he tells me.
Yeah. Give him a second. It's been a rough day. He didn't get his coffee.
You do, of course, understand that this is going to be quite difficult for us to do, right?
And the dragon looks to you and says, does your friend think that my scales are not worth the trouble?
He thinks that you're putting less value onto his scales because the submarine is a big endeavor. So are his scales. It's a lizard dragon folk thing.
He does have a point.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I don't think it's that so much as it is a task that might be without of our reach.
I don't think it's out of our reach.
I
Well,
think
you don't speak the language.
Well, you did say it.
You don't speak the language.
Oh, Rav has spent too much time in the city.
I'm so callous. Not that that's any different. Now I'm just getting sassy with it. Like before I would just ignore you, and now I'm like, bitch, shut the hell up.
So we're clear. A scale and that pearl for the submarine.
And the pearls for the chest.
Yeah, the pearls for the chest.
The pearls for the chest.
Yeah.
The submarine for the scale.
Yes.
Are you getting this, Quasar?
Quasar is like, he rushes forward and he says,
He's a
dragon!
Oh, Jesus.
And he says, yeah, he's just like enamored, and he's
I thought you'd been here before.
He immediately just sort of like reels back, and he like pulls out his lute, and he starts like plucking, and he says, when the company of gold sailed the oceans. And then like, he just goes off in this like thing.
I like
meeting a bronze dragon, yeah.
I like to imagine him tied to a little life raft. Not even a life.
Pulled by the boat.
So he's just completely enamored.
What does the dragon think of that? Does he like his music?
He tries to eat him.
He seems pretty indifferent to it.
Well, guys, what do you think?
I don't think we're really going to be able to bargain with him. I think we're going to have to do it.
I mean, we need the scale.
We did. But we do have a slow grind. I still have a scroll of water breathing because we never needed it last time.
Perhaps
We might be able to do this without stepping foot on the deck of the ship.
right. If we could.
Does it have to work? Well, getting it here would be a problem if it didn't work.
We could tow it, possibly.
If I had a large beast.
He'll say, actually, the aesthetic of the crashed ship is quite lovely.
Oh, so
The
we can
value
destroy.
behind crashed ships
What is
are
the-
beautiful.
I have a plan.
What is the cable like on this apparatus? Is there a long enough cable to maybe?
It's got two big ass pincher claws on the front of it.
So there's no cable.
So if I had a large shark,
Okay.
would that help in any way to pull this thing with us?
Like a tow shark?
Like a hunter shark.
A tug shark?
Yes.
Wow.
The apparatus carries half, the shark pulls the other half. Go.
I would say we go back to land and get some chains, some cable.
Also, if you like, you can roll persuasion, or whatever charisma, whatever part of your skill set that you use to make deals.
Persuasion. 25.
Okay, so you think that it might be possible to negotiate with Jarl Axel to give up the ship in some way, if you succeed on some heavy checks with him, because he did offer you a reward in exchange for the staff. However,
he was not interested in the treasure, right?
right. Well, he was, but he's also interested in the staff because he wants to use the treasure to sort of buy his way into the Lord's Alliance. So he wants the treasure, but he is also offered another reward for the staff. Now, now you think that if you were to pursue this route, you would have to give up some information to him to sort of explain the situation.
Right.
And so, and that could be dangerous in and of itself.
Yeah, that's a route I do not want to take.
I agree. I don't want to involve him anymore.
I'd rather he just dropped off his radar completely.
So what you're saying
Now,
is we drop his radar down deeper into the ocean.
Well, and then the flip side of the other half of the coin, or the other side of the coin, is that if you steal his shit and he finds out it was you, that puts you very much on his radar. So
Yeah, but we're gonna steal
How
it and
does
give it
greater
to a
invisibility
dragon. It's
work?
never gonna show up again.
That could be a scroll we could use. I said, how does greater invisibility work?
I was going to say, when in doubt, if we take away the submarine, how's he going to know who stole it? Because he can't go underwater and find out.
But in order for that plan for us to get away with it, we have to not even be seen.
So how's the what's the one with death in it again?
Yeah, we will try our damnedest. So, you want this chest now?
oh yeah, and he'll take it and he'll kind of look it over and he says, oh, it's been restored.
Oh, I can fix that.
He says, still looks quite nice. And he'll pull up a smaller pearl. One that's probably worth about 200 gold. He'll say, it does look nice, but perhaps not quite as nice as it would have been if it hadn't been restored.
Shit. I mean, I can do the same damage if you want.
No.
Oh. Burning things.
I'm not gonna let you throw fire at a dragon.
I'm not gonna throw it at the dragon. We'll throw it at the...
It's in the dragon's hands.
Just kill everyone a little bit.
Other words.
What?
Just kill everyone a little bit.
60-foot radius.
Yeah, and he'll take the chest and hand
Hand
over a 200 gold pearl.
It's a good start.
Definitely going to set the alarm off.
But he says,
Fireball.
he says, if you manage to get the curious vessel, come find me.
Will do.
Well, if this apparatus submerges, it might be worth trying the claws
To just drag it.
to just drag it away. It possibly maybe it's not strong enough, but maybe it is.
All we need to be strong enough to dislodge it, and then we can figure out getting it there.
We can submerge, a good ways away from the ship, and get deep enough to where we're not on the radar. That's just a thought. Plans, whatever plans you might be thinking about, please.
Sink it, steal it, go.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to check it out before we make a move. I mean, we know it was we got close enough to realize it's on Yar Axel's ship.
Well, and two, so while you guys are floating on top of it, only 2 people can actually fit inside.
Yeah.
Of it. Yeah.
And if it's not in working order, that's really going to be our only option, unless we use this ship
Yeah.
to tow it.
We need to do some scouting.
Nose goes.
Nose goes.
Thanks for volunteering.
I'm not the stealthy one.
And you can't turn into anything with a swim speed, right?
Yeah.
I can turn into things with a swim speed. I just can't swim, which is kind of fun.
Now, if you need a person on the inside, though, Eleonora could be that person, right?
Yeah.
I look over at Charlie like, so,
Yeah, she could literally change into anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
look at this face. Become this face.
Okay. So, only two
Sorry,
people
I
in
was
the
like
submersible.
shooting you.
It's alright. Kermit does it all the time.
Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
So I think we should get back closer to shore.
Okay.
Drop off the. You and I will be in the submersible.
Okay.
In the apparatus. We'll go check out the submarine. I don't know if you want to, since you can breathe or hold your breath for a long time. See if there's a way to get it at it from underwater, and then proceed from there.
What do you want the other two to do?
Basically, they're going to hang out on the beach real quick.
It shouldn't take us long.
Because we're about to go out with lights off, so that's why we need dark vision.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I could also probably get in closer because I don't know how, like the apparatus is pretty big. Maybe I could go in and see like how it's attached.
Can I roll a performance for Sandcastle while
That sound good?
Yeah. So you guys are going. You two are going in the submersible, and you're going in the. You're just gonna go swim up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the other two or three, I guess, will be will be dropped off on shore.
Yeah.
Sandcastles in the sand.
Wait, so only 3 is going?
Mm-hmm. We're just going. We're just doing.
They're scouting.
That makes me nervous.
I don't know.
But okay, I mean, you can't turn anything like you said. But I mean, you were going to turn into a shark a while ago.
No, he's going to make a shark.
He's going to summon a shark.
Sandcastles.
6th level before he gets swim speed.
Yeah. I mean, I can turn into something that can walk on the ground and breathe water and then come back, but yeah.
Okay, well, good luck. And that's all I can.
So wait, you can turn into something that breathes water,
But I just can't.
but you
So
can't.
you can't swim.
Well, you
I'd have to walk on the bottom.
just float there. It's so silly.
that.
I think it
Talk
does
with
say.
your DM about
Yeah,
that.
I think it says. I do think it says that you can't turn into something that's with a swim speed.
But it says that, but if I go to
Yeah, well, D&D Beyond
certain things like
D&D Beyond will allow you to do it, but I think the rule says that you can't turn into something with the swim speed.
because it's like a poisonous snake, swim speed 30. I'm like, but they're fucking going away. But okay.
Yeah, he's
Something like that. I might rule that you just can't swim with it. Yeah.
Drown.
If it has a land speed, you can use that. But you just can't swim with it.
Can't turn into a crocodile and walk the bottom. What's wrong with that house?
So
I would just think that, like, the ability to breathe water would be harder to do than a swim speed.
Yeah.
I mean, how many land mammals can actually just swim? I mean, they're not really good at it, but they can do it.
A wolf can doggy paddle. This is bullshit.
we'll have to petition Jeremy Crawford.
Don't put it past me.
So, yeah. So
Or maybe
yeah.
we can charter a small boat and just be closer by in case.
You pretend to be
Quite
fishing.
visible.
Huh?
You would be quite visible, though.
Yeah. I mean, they're docked at the docks.
Okay. This makes me nervous. That's all.
And Yeah, and Quasar will say, "Did somebody say something about greater invisibility?"
Can you do greater invisibility?
Of course, I can do greater invisibility.
We still need to scout it first. Well, he can flush the stone 6 levels.
He says, unfortunately, it only works for a minute.
How many people?
Just one.
Okay. Does it count if
He's
you
got
cast it
greater
on a thing
invisibility.
and then there's somebody inside that
I'm
thing?
not fucking with him though.
No. 4th level for swim speed.
It's 4th level?
4th level for
So
swim
if,
speed.
if he casts it on the apparatus and people are inside of it,
2nd, 4th,
It says
8th.
creature. So I think it's just like
something.
just a creature.
well, I just feel like no matter what we do, we're just fucked this game. Like, everything we do.
You're just gonna have to be super careful. It's gonna have to work perfectly.
John, we were incorrect.
What?
It is 4th.
4th level for swim speed.
That's what I thought.
Oh, okay, cool. So you can?
Yeah.
Okay, well there you go.
So we can at least have one more person with you guys.
Mhm.
Maybe we
I
have
will
to-
be a crab. I'm just
a
kidding.
crab.
I'm kidding.
Lobster.
Dolphin or something.
Swim
I
backwards.
wanna be an elephant. I did crocodile because that seemed to work last time. A goat. A goat that can swim.
Are you in the 1/2?
Mm-hmm.
A giant sea eel is 1/2.
He does have,
Research.
so he can cast invisibility as well, which lasts for an hour. Of course, like once you attack or cast a spell, it goes away though. So.
Why do I feel like sea lion's different than what I think of?
Large beast. What?
Is it a lion that lives in the sea?
Oh,
Sea
sea lions are
lion, yes.
pretty big.
They're walruses, aren't they?
No, those are different.
Yeah, okay.
I might be thinking seals.
Sea lions have big tusks.
No, that's a walrus.
He can also cast enhanceability, which gives people advantage on checks and stuff. So, like, he says, I'm helpful.
I will keep that in mind. Dude, chillax.
I don't think
Yes,
I'll
you
work.
want to sniff them, but you don't have to be so aggressive about it.
He is so aggressive about it.
I'll turn into a reef shark.
So let's, I guess, Ocean's 11 this. Like, what's the plan? We'll like show a montage of the plan happening as you're describing it.
So I guess me and Eleanor in the apparatus.
Okay.
With Rav and a
Reef
reef
shark.
shark following along.
Okay.
Probably gonna have you guide us because we can't have the lights on.
You just hear me.
Yeah, we can see, but you're just a little bit ahead.
And then where's Garth?
Slow down. City on the beach with Quasar.
He says, kind of sucks not being in the plan, doesn't it?
Alright.
He says, you know what we should do?
What?
We should sneak on board and be the backup.
Mm,
Because invariably they're going to get in some kind of mess, right?
right, but
Right?
what do you mean sneak on board? There's only room for 2.
Huh?
No, it means on the ship, like your all actual
sneak
ship.
on your actual ship. Or whatever, he doesn't know the name. But he says, we should sneak on their ship and then be, when they get into the mess, boom, we pop up.
That's an
Save
excellent
the day.
idea. You go first.
And he says, you're not going to back me up on this one.
I got you. I've got a range of 120 feet.
He says, but the ship's 130 feet away. Plus, I'll be inside.
I'll step 10 foot
down here?
closer to the ship. There you go.
He says, well, suit yourself, but they only write songs about great adventures, not
This morning.
sitting on the beach by yourself. And he'll give a deep bow, and then he will turn invisible.
He's just like my
I know
father.
you're still there.
Oh, you can see the feet.
Little
the
sand.
And his little glitter dust trail.
Perhaps we got off on the wrong foot. I just want to
Macho.
officially apologize for any ill will.
Yeah,
He's
no.
already gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Fucking idiot.
Like I said the plan out loud, right?
No, that's what we got to deal with the rest of this adventure. I hope that was worth it. I mean, Rav, I love Rav, but God, we should have just killed him.
Wait, what does that have to do with me? Oh, to bring me back.
You
Oh,
bring it
okay.
back, yeah.
Okay. So, what can we see?
So the shark and Rav are up front, right? So from beneath the surface of the water, you can see some shit.
Great.
And I want to approach from the rear in case someone's in the vessel, like looking out the front windows or whatever.
Right. So
Unnatural.
let's see. Mounted underneath the eye catcher, can only be seen from underwater. So this thing is in the shape of like a. As you approach it, you see it's in the shape of a giant manta ray, and you can see that it is connected to the bottom of the ship. There seems to be like a maybe like a 5x5 it seems to be fastened or it seems to be docked to the bottom of the ship, and then there's like a 5x5 chute that sort of descends into it or connects to it, and then so this is what Rav and the shark are seeing, and then you can see that it definitely has viewing it has towards the front it has like an observation kind of deck. It's got this rather large window, and so I guess it's more than 5 times. It has 2 layers on it, so it's big.
So what do you mean like a chute? You mean like almost like a duct looking thing?
Yeah. And then and like I said, it's kind of like docked to the ship. It's like locked in place by these like mechanisms, and it's got the chute, and there's like a big observation deck on the front of it, like made of some kind of glass.
Same.
And I guess
Yep, that's how I feel, Ram.
You can give me a perception check if you like.
17.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. So 17, as you're swimming around, you're looking for some other entry besides the top, and you're not seeing it.
I guess the chute is the entryway.
Right, and it's connected to the...
Yeah, I know.
I just keep swimming around it.
Or like locked in place, I guess. Or like, yeah. Creating some kind of airtight seal. And then anybody who would like to peek in through the observation deck would have to make some kind of stealthy check.
I mean, would it be that odd to see a shark?
Oh no, it wouldn't be odd to see a shark. Yeah,
Can I just do it, or you want?
yeah,
me to-
you can just do it.
Whoop.
Unfortunately, yeah. Well, yeah, you can do it. One of them's like, reef sharks aren't native to this area. The water's far too cold. It's the alarm.
There's a marine scientist,
Your worst enemy.
Anybody with a science degree just hates Hunter.
So you can see that this. So it seems to be the control room of the thing. It's sort of separated into 2 levels. There's like a deck that overlooks the bottom part. There's
I kind of feel cheated giving this up for a dragon scale.
There's it seems to be manned completely by gnomes, like little gnomes that are like working, or I guess they're kind of just hanging out. Maybe they're like making repairs and stuff, or just maintaining equipment and stuff. But they're but yeah, it just seems to be gnomes, or at least so you think. And then you see a drow sort of walk out onto the deck, sort of. Talking and communicating with the gnomes, and then goes back further into the submersible.
They just see a shark.
But the it's really intense. But the
I think he's trying to see what's going on.
but the drow does not look like Jarl Labs.
Can't really talk right now. Don't want to drown.
Yep. Alright, so yeah, I want to see what I can see.
Want me to investigate it more?
And I'll give those two, time to check it out.
Okay.
And then I guess snap the claws a couple times and start heading out.
Come back.
All right. Is Eleanor giving you like pointers on how to?
Oh, yeah. she is the driving instructor.
She's
of
the
the
expert
day.
now. All the levers. So yeah. So when you guys meet back up on shore, you find Bartholomew standing by himself.
God damn it.
I'll give you one guess real quick, sorry.
Seriously.
Yep. Tried to stop him.
Alrighty then.
I'm half hunter and half shark.
Damn it. So what did he find?
Well, it is well secured to the ship. It looks like the only way onto it is through the ship.
Now give me an intelligence check on that.
12.
Okay. So the what is it called? The apparatus. The apparatus has big claws. They do some damage. Now it looked like there was about 6 locks on the thing underneath the ship, and then there's the connecting chute. But it's an option.
Cut the chute.
It's a noisy option, but it's an option.
So the chute, are the fasteners on the inside or the outside? How is it fastened to?
How was the chute fastened to?
Mm-hmm.
Outside.
Outside?
Right?
It looked like it was from the inside, like so they can like hop down in it and then cut it off, from the inside.
So it sounds like there's only 2 options: infiltrate the ship, or snap it off from below and get the fuck out.
Well,
The bright side is if we cut it, Raph can just go in there with it drowning or not. So,
Go in where?
to the apparatus.
ooh.
Because you could drown everyone in it. Raph could just drive it with it even.
Well,
Is it operational?
We're about that later. You got me, an apparatus, and another shark.
Is it currently operational?
Since somebody was telling these gnomes what to do. I look at this guy, gnomes?
Are you sure they weren't just making repairs?
No, they were maintaining stuff, but this thing looked beautiful. A fucking modern marble, like.
It looks like they're cleaning the bar because no customers are there.
Let's see.
It looks like everyone when Claire's not around.
So,
This better be the right fucking scale.
I demand 2 scales.
It was pretty specific.
Yeah.
It's like it knew where the fuck we had to go.
I just hope it's not a key that looks like a bronze dragon scale.
A bronze
Little
key.
picture of a dragon scale.
Bronze key in the shape of a dragon.
So if,
What do y'all think? Revaracus.
well, I'm liking the snatch and grab idea because if that tube connects the ship and the apparatus,
Might sink the ship.
we'll flood the apparatus or the submarine. We'll flood the submarine and sink the ship at the same time.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah. Might make it more valuable to the dragon and it's fucked up when it gets there. See, he seems to like that.
Well, technically, it'd just be full of water, but
Would it work if it was full of water?
So basically,
You probably think it won't work anymore if it's flooded. Yeah, so you won't be able to operate it if it's flooded. Moving it might be a bit of a task as well.
Yeah,
'cause
right.
it's definitely bigger than I originally said, which I apologize. Because the apparatus is like large sized, and then big enough for 2 people to fit inside of. And while it's got a decent amount of power, I don't think it would be able to tow this ship.
this is getting more and more. It doesn't seem doable.
yeah. So our only other option is to sneak onto the ship, get below deck, get into the apparatus,
Unlock it.
kill everyone, unlock it, and hopefully figure out how to drive it out to the dragon.
Yeah.
Give me an intelligence check.
God, that's a scary thought.
Did you op the dragon the apparatus?
What?
18.
How many uses of destroy water do you have?
Get it out of the.
The first level spell.
So 4, 7, 8, 9. I can do it 9 times technically.
How many gallons is that?
Each time I go up, it goes another 10 feet. So I can get up to 40 if I do it full level 3.
I would say if you spent all your spell slots, you could probably clear. Like even if it was completely submerged, you could probably clear all the water out of it, or enough of it to make it so that it would move.
Usable. Okay.
Yeah.
So drown it, I bring it back. For some reason, Hunter has a great scary thought.
So if we cut the tube, you go inside, shut the door behind you while we're disconnecting it from the ship. Tie off the apparatus to it, and you would make it buoyant again, and then we could tow it while it was slightly buoyant.
I might need somebody in case somebody lives.
You take Eleanor, right? She could look like somebody else.
She could take me into the bowels of the ship.
Well, if you could clear the water out of it, we can drive the thing. We wouldn't have to tow it.
Maybe.
At least half mass kind of thing.
As long as it's not dragging the bottom, we should be able to tow it.
But if we're going to disconnect it, we're going to have to get inside the ship. Either way. If the latches are on the inside of the ship.
Here's the thing. I do not want to send Eleonora in there alone.
No. Nor do I.
I have my hat.
And she won't be alone.
Oh God, she won't be alone.
Well, you don't need that.
I
But
No,
somebody
That's
else,
what, yeah, someone else can use it.
someone else could
was going
use
to
that.
say both of them could pose to give me cover to get into the ship by
Well,
taking
listen, I'm not a
prisoner.
real smooth dog.
No. Take him prisoner.
Take me prisoner.
This isn't a.
Fine, I'll go away.
You're supposed to
You
get
had a good idea.
Remember when
You can
last-
turn into a mouse. You can
yes,
ride in Eleanor's
he's in charge.
pocket. You don't need to draw attention to yourself by being a prisoner.
Did everyone ever tell you this is why you're in charge?
This is just why you're not.
This is why Hunter's not outside the prequel.
So, Eleanor,
Yes.
who would you like to take with you?
She said she's not really like a smooth talker. So I'll take you. I'll give you the hat. Unless you don't want to come.
Are you gonna refuse her? She's got her knives out, like.
Unless you
I
don't
need
want
to-
you tossing the knives around.
But whatever you do, you can't be recognized by Quasar. He's gonna blow everything.
That's what the hat is for.
Oh God, we gotta sink Quasar down with the ship.
If you want, I can go. I have no problem. I just won't be speaking. I'll be mute.
Okay.
I guess I can still breathe underwater, though.
We could give Quasar that.
So. Alright. Well, I'm kind of liking the idea of Rav being outside the ship. Because she has a lot of maneuverability out there in the water. How much can one person do in the apparatus?
One person in the apparatus. So basically, a creature in the compartment can use an action to move as many as 2 of the apparatus's levers up or down. After each use, a lever goes back to its neutral position. Each lever from left to right functions as shown. So one lever moves. Another lever controls the window shutters. Another lever, and you've probably found this out while she was like telling you, like teaching you how to
This
drive.
is the window short.
So there's levers for shutters. There's another lever for the claws to extend, and then to make them retract. There's another lever for the claw attack. So I think so one could drive the ship and get 1 attack. I think is basically what it is.
Okay. So. Yes. Alright. So Barphone will be in the apparatus.
Crash course in driving.
Yeah, he's already driving. Ravaracus will be handling tying off the apparatus to the ship in case we can't figure out how to drive it.
Okay.
And Ravaracus can watch us through the big glass window up front. And if something, like if we need him to start driving off in it, she can let him know. So we're going to have to come up with some hand signals.
So we won't be utilizing the claw arms.
Maybe. But you can use the claws or you can drive.
No, I think you can move and use 1 claw. So like so in the same, because you can do 2 levers, so you can move and use a claw.
Okay, yeah, so you need the second person to get the second attack with the other claw. So you could still be using 1 claw should it be needed.
Okay.
I imagine somebody driving a forklift. It's just got choose one.
And then
Squeak.
you can squeak. I can have the hat. And we got Eleonora.
You were lying. This is Ocean's 11.
Where's that Ocean's 11 music?
Alright, time to go scope out the top deck of the boat. We have an idea of the layout though, right? 'Cause we've been on the ship before.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, haven't I seen the hatch that goes down?
Yeah, you recognized it as a door that they were kind of going through and being very secretive about.
That's right. Wish we had the invisibility. It would be better. Fucking Quasar.
As we're walking down the pier.
He's a fucking loose cannon. I'll tell you that
So is this conversation and sharing of data counted as a short rest for Hunter, or do we have to wait?
Yeah, that's fine. It can be a short rest.
Squeak. Thank God I used no spell so far.
So while we are going to be in disguise, still need to try to not be seen. Just so we don't get questioned.
To look as plain as you possibly can.
Which will be hard because the hat apparently doesn't change.
The feather.
So,
Wait, who had the hat?
Jarl Axel. It's his hat.
Oh shoot.
Which is effectively going to give you a disadvantage, I think. With the, I think that would be the mechanic equivalent of walking onto his ship with his hat.
Would you rather me go alone?
No. No.
Is
That's
there
the
an
whole
alien?
thing? I don't
What
want
if
to
you
go
wear a
along.
hat on
only-
top of his hat?
But only if you
Ooh.
see Jarl Axel. It
I'm
will
sure
give you
some of
a-
his crew are familiar with his hat.
Yeah.
well, and so as
Do
you guys,
have proficiency in disguise?
well, and so as you guys are approaching the,
Yeah.
as you guys are approaching the deck of the ship, I mean these. So his sailors hide themselves. They make themselves look like humans. They to hide their drow selves. And so, but all of them are flamboyantly dressed. Like,
Oh, so it's not out of the ordinary to look so extra.
Okay, so his hat did not stand out that much.
to him it would.
To him.
He would recognize it.
Okay.
Well,
But
she had a good idea. Can he wear a hat over the hat?
it'd be very eccentric indeed. it's a very wide brimmed purple hat with a big feather, big plume
But if
coming out
it-
the top
but
of
if
it.
You could wear a giant wig.
Well,
But I mean, if it is extra and that's what is expected on this ship, then
I'm thinking of taking a colorful scarf
and just
and
wrapping.
wrapping
Yeah.
like wrapping the plume around so it's not sticking out.
Yeah.
And then wrapping the scarf around the
Yeah.
top
And
part.
It is only Jarl Axel that you'll get disadvantage on.
I was
for
going to
deception.
say, I could turn into a raccoon and you could wear me as a hat.
But you can see that everybody else is flamboyantly dressed. On the deck of the ship, you can see that if you use the hat to sort of disguise yourself, and you sort of change yourself to look like these performer people.
Yes.
These carnies, I guess. I mean, they've got tons of they're on the docks. They're juggling. They're juggling fire and stuff. They've got animals. Some of them out in cages. Some of them in cages. Some of them out. You can see there's a polar bear doing tricks and stuff.
They got the polar
And that's just on the docks, and then on the ship, there's more of that stuff going on. Now, while you guys are watching the docks, though, or you can see up on the ship, sort of leaning on the side with his back to you, and talking with probably about 4 or 5 other sailors. It's fucking Quasar.
Oh, God damn it.
And he's got his lute out, and he's just jamming with these guys, and and they're like sort of doing this like crazy acrobatic like dance routine like with his to like his music and stuff.
Is he singing about stealing a ship?
No. He's it's another song.
See if
Is it your
thieves
beauty face but
chanting.
Well, at least
solo?
she's posing some kind of distraction.
That could be useful, yes.
Thank God he doesn't know what it says.
True. You're right, yeah, I'm not going to risk
Yeah, don't
blowing our cover.
don't
to
engage
Quasar.
with Quasar. He will blow it. I promise you.
He can fly. If the ship starts sinking, he's fine.
Our luck, he'll take him with us.
And the Peter Allen's will be free of it.
And then you'll have a bard to sing
Half
your
got
music.
slows.
You need 2 bards.
in harmony.
They came to the only 2 bards.
Is there 2 brother bards in this town that work together?
They're not brothers.
Alright. So, are we ready?
I will kind of fiddle with all the controls. And
Yeah, so we've got Bartholomew, you're alone in the submersible, and then
Oh.
Ravrakis is
I'm alone in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm next to you though.
And then
I'm in the water.
Ravrakis is outside the submersible.
I thought it was going to take 2 people to operate the claws.
No.
No,
No,
you,
you just
as
get
one
one claw.
person you can move and operate claw.
A claw.
A claw.
A claw, yeah.
Well, we're not going to need both?
No.
I mean,
Don't
depends.
get to-
One
can't
one
move-
claw
Can't move that round then.
one claw grapples, the other attacks. Shit. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Fair enough. All right, well, everything seems to be in working order here.
Ravrakis, you're on the outside.
Yes.
And for those of us on the inside, should the shit hit the fan, I still have that scroll of water breathing.
Okay.
So stay close.
And then what are you doing?
Do you want me to be a rat in your pocket or a weasel hanging from your neck?
Are those the only 2 options?
There's a low two that's going to work unless he wants to carry me as a cat.
You can't be smaller than like a mouse.
Be a giant fire beetle.
Can you be an ant?
You
No.
can be a fly.
You can be a weasel in my.
Pocket weasel.
Instead
No.
of weasel in your
touch
my
mouth.
back.
Or you have to-
You don't like weasels?
I don't like you. You close to him.
She points at her knife at him.
As soon as she says that,
Flashbacks to flu. Oh, the wound reopens.
He was right.
you hear a whimpering weasel in a pocket. Shut the fuck up.
What does that sound like?
I don't know.
Sadness. So okay, so you guys are boarding the ship. So is Bartholomew lying in wait for a signal, or is he just going for it? Like,
Well, he's going to get in position,
okay,
and then
I would like to think that I'm just getting within a good eye shot of it and waiting for the sign.
well, the idea was that Rav would help you. Oh yeah, we need to find some rope to attach the apparatus to the submersible. Should you have to tow it?
Can we use regular rope? I have rope. We all should have rope.
Yeah.
if it is buoyant, you can use the grab claw and kind of use that as a rope.
But there's not,
Oh, okay. So
there's not enough horsepower to actually pull it under.
If it's buoyant, if it's
buoyant,
got
if it's
water in it,
floating,
if it's
yeah.
full of water, then it's
it's going to drag the bottom.
Right.
just dead weight.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, so describe to me what's the first move.
I get in position down below.
Okay, yeah. So when we go below the water, you got even. Ravrakis swims by, maybe gives a claw up, like.
I'm picturing unnecessary scuba gear.
And then yeah, we are going up to the deck and heading for that door.
Okay, so you're heading towards the door. As you walk on the ship, there's going to be this a couple of sailors kind of talking. One's gonna look over in your direction and wave you over.
All right, I'm going.
Okay. When you get over, she says, "Just where the fuck have you been?"
Trying to entertain, but these louts in this town.
Give me a deception check.
15.
15. She says, "You're kidding me? You got no idea what Zardoz sees in this place. No idea what we're doing here." And she says, she says, and then she says, "But you were scheduled to perform on the docks today. You missed it. You weren't there. Drinking again?"
Gotta do something to pass the time.
And she says, "Well, if you miss more performances like that, Zardoz is going to ensure that you have no time to worry about anymore." And she's going to look at you and she says, "I don't think I recognize you."
Turns into her.
I'm not.
She says, which ship do you sail on?" Give me a deception check.
What's the other one called?
There's 3 of them. We had the names at one point in
I
time.
had all
The
of them.
Santa Maria.
The Nina, the Pinto, the Santa Maria.
Oh wait, deception.
Having a lot of fun while we're drinking sangria.
14.
14?
That's not bad.
Yeah, you,
The bird over there.
you tell her the eye catcher. She says, "This is the eye catcher.
Mhm.
I'm sure I haven't seen you around before."
Oh yeah, I see you all the time.
She says,
Recruit badge of
"Show me your
peace.
drow self.
My what?
Your drow self."
That's racist.
Just turn into a drow.
I mean, it's. They have disguises on, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Make them look human.
Yeah. So I'll turn into a drow.
And she looks forward and she says, "I still don't recognize you, but a drow's a drow."
Yes.
And I guess she wouldn't be a she'd be a he, because they are a fraternal organization. So, I just remember that. So he says,
Just a dude being a dude pretending to be another dude.
and he'll say, "Well, off you go then."
At that point in time, I'm gonna be like, "So, who's the poser with the loot?"
And he'll look over and he'll say, "I don't know. Got a hell of a voice though. Think about it. Think about actually. We might actually be open to recruiting. Once Jarl Axel gets back, we might even have him play for him."
Could be an interesting twist.
Please, yes.
And and he says, "Well, off you go then."
And I leave without a word.
Okay. And then you keep heading towards the door.
Yep.
Okay. So and then when so as you're walking away from him, he says, "Oh, here comes the Jarl Axel now." And you can kind of see, you can see he's looking towards the the ramp that goes up the boat, and you can see the top of his hat coming up the boat. You're already kind of moving away, and the person you were just talking to is moving towards him. But give me a stealth check real quick. Oh, nice.
19.
Okay, yeah. So, but you both managed to slip out of his view, just as he's coming up the ramp of the ship, And from your concealed hiding place, you're gonna hear him, the sailor saying, "You gotta get a load of this guy. He's got an amazing voice. I'm sure you could rake in the dough." And then Jarl Axel says, "Perhaps I'll hear him. Hear what he has to say. Hear what song he has to sing." And when he looks over and sees who he says, "You idiot, that's Quasar. He's the most famous bard in the city. Although what he's doing on our ship." And he's gonna walk over and begin talking to him. Meanwhile, you guys are keep heading towards the door. So underwater, Barbarakis, you're gonna see kind of off in the distance. You're gonna see a couple, maybe like 5 or 6 humanoid figures sort of swimming towards you. And as they continue to swim towards you, you can see that they are only half humanoid, and that they propel themselves through the waters with these big, thick fish tails.
Do they look angry?
Give me an insight.
Merman.
This isn't my computer. I have to use the freaking mouse pad. Tried tapping and it didn't work. Now everything's highlighted. Oh my lord. Everything's just going terribly. 10.
10. You can't tell from like the fact that they're like some kind of mer person and the water. I mean, it's all kind of.
I mean, of course, there's got to be some sort of fucking trouble when things are peaceful. So I'll tap my claws up against the apparatus.
Yeah, and you can see on the radar. You can see 5 dots
Hey,
coming towards you. 5 like humanoid-sized dots coming towards the apparatus.
We can't communicate, can we?
No, but you can definitely hear me tapping.
No. We
Came up with a code.
came up with hand signs.
Trouble. I think.
Bullshit.
Okay. Well, I will get the arms ready.
There's some bullshit.
Okay.
Where are they coming from?
They're
Like from
coming
deeper in the ocean?
Yeah.
CRs.
Why? Why can't they just leave us alone? This is like as close to land as I can get with being in the water. I'm not going out there, I'm not coming near you, but apparently you think I'm a threat. So go ahead, all 5 of you just gonna absolutely mercilessly murder me. Because he's gonna crit on one of the 5 attacks.
You're so.
Because I've played this game with you before. I know how this works.
You're so.
Jaded? I wonder why.
I'll tap on the glass. Just stay by the thing.
Okay. I stay by the thing.
Shoot, I'm trying to find the.
Oh, the sheet for them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is sneaky more so as it is me having a panic attack underwater.
I'm picturing that scene with.
Oh god, he has his own theme
So
song.
one of the arms swings, right?
Yeah, it attacks. Yeah. One grabs, the other attacks.
I've got one arm on the wheel and one hand on the lever.
Okay. So they're going to continue swimming towards you. It looks like they are armed with like small short swords, like water themed, aqua themed, like short swords. But they're swimming towards you, and it's only they're actually swimming towards the submersible, and then when they see you. They all sort of turn towards you and sort of line up, and they.
What you speak, boss? Speak
one's going to one's gonna point up.
Oh, and I'll
Do you have a license?
as close as I can to the boat,
Okay.
so I can be like pressed up against it.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll swim out towards the boat, and the merfolk will swim up as well. Once her head pops above the water, she says in common. She says, "What are you doing?"
Oh god. I'm trying to get that stupid submersible out of the way. I'm taking it to a dragon.
And she says,
Oh yeah, before I go to Bartholomew and then I
the other four stay behind and sort of circle your apparatus.
Start dancing with the arm.
She says, oh, I brought my friends to see it.
Oh, you want to help me get rid of it?
She says, how?
Well, my friends, so there's a lot of hand signals you have to learn first, okay? This one means trouble, okay?
Give me a persuasion check.
Not me! Me! Well, me? I crit. It's the hand signals that did it. I mean, technically 19 though, so.
Yeah, she shrugs, they're at your disposal.
Right on.
Do you signal me to like?
Oh yeah, I'll come back down and I'll be like, and then I'll do this, like, they're all like in line, like waiting to serve.
Yeah, and they're super, like, so now they're gonna swim in, they're gonna start fiddling with everything on the apparatus. Like, they're super curious about it.
They
like,
can't get inside.
Huh?
They can't get inside.
They're just checking out all the bells and whistles outside.
They're just like looking at it. And,
There's one
Like, if
beautiful
they had-
one looking right back at you.
like, if they had phones, they would be like taking selfies with it, and stuff, on C-Chat.
One of them has like a shell that's like beating it up.
Imagine swimming or something.
Yeah, they're pretty mermaids. They're all ugly.
No, they're all beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'll even look above them and I'll go,
Oh, and topless.
oh. I'm like,
To see a
I
pair of
have
like
room
sea
for
green
one
movies.
more.
yeah, do you have
All the window shades start going up.
It just instantly starts to fog up.
Yeah.
Fog up on the inside.
Okay, focus.
yeah.
They got a job to do here.
So I'll just basically explain to her while we're up there still that we're waiting for them. So we're waiting for y'all to give us a signal, essentially. And that signal is something like, or something, I don't even know. But once we get that signal, they will help us out.
That's the signal.
Oh wait!
Sort of attacking.
Meanwhile, on board.
Alright.
Bum, 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 bum.
Going for the door.
Okay, so like a sailor will kind of pass by down the hallway, and you guys can kind of like duck out and continue down after he passes. You'll see the door, but when you go up to it, it's locked.
We all look at Eleanor.
I just opened the flap to my bag. We're almost there, man.
He's like,
14.
14 does not pick the lock.
Can I try again?
So as you go to or we'll say this. So you can pick the lock, but the drow at the end of the hallway, or the sailor at the end of the hallway, has turned back around and says, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" And he's going to begin coming down the hallway.
Do we run?
Think of a really good lie.
Do we run?
You just get behind it
Here for
You get behind him.
and do your thing.
He says that area is off limits.
I know, but I just need to know. You know what I mean? You know. And I'm kind of like stepping towards him, but
So you want me to stab him?
Very subtly, by the
You
way.
hear that in your head. Mm-hmm.
So
talked about
would you
it.
like to use your action to aid?
yes.
Okay, so you're going to use your action to aid, which will give you advantage on the attack.
Okay.
Debbie's dead. Shove a rapier.
18 and 23 for AC.
Both hits.
Okay.
You can roll them again. You're using both attacks, right?
Yeah.
So that could be your first attack, and then roll
Well,
two.
they both hit, right?
Yeah, but you can
You
get
can
like
see if you
credit.
get
or
credit.
Yeah. You know.
We try.
Okay, and then I also get sneak attack, right?
Yes, which is 3, I think.
Yeah, 3.
3d6 plus all that other shiz.
Shiz.
Just roll your 3d6 real quick.
Oh. Okay.
9.
Okay, and then roll your damage. Alright, yeah. So he's dead. So you kind of like approach him, and she like quick as lightning just
Snaps his neck.
Yes, moves behind him, snaps his neck, or stabs him, and then as you kind of like push him into and like cover his mouth.
Yep.
And then what do you do with the body?
Now with the
Gently place him on the ground.
Is there like a door nearby?
Just drag him in with us.
There is, but it's let's see here.
It's Quasar's bedroom.
Quasar.
Yeah. He's got a permanent residence there. Couldn't we just bring him in the door with us?
Once she gets it unlocked.
True.
Go ahead and work on the door again. And I'll find something to do with the
Well,
body.
he said it.
Yeah, so the door is open. He just
Yeah.
noticed that. You
Oh, well then
so.
let's go in that door.
All right, yeah, you can pull him in there if you want. Okay, and so when you do, so you're the one pulling.
Mhm.
And then Eleonora, you're the one walking in. Give me a perception check.
14.
So you're gonna see. So it's this room, and it's looks pretty much like a junk room. Like it looks like just like an extra storage room. However, there are 4 very large, very colorful spiders clinging to the ceiling of this room. And as you enter, they sort of all shift, and as if they've like noticed your presence. And yeah, so as you pull him in and maybe close the door, Eleanor, you'll see these colorful spiders, like
Okay.
very large, very colorful spiders.
Okay. I'll
Huge.
point them out to you.
Okay.
Do you see all the spiders?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, find a way down. I'll cover us. Does this guy have a pistol?
He does not.
Ah,
No, he doesn't have any weapons actually.
I mean, I can do spells.
Maybe he's got like a dagger or something, or a cutlass, I guess. So so you want to investigate? Would you like to deal with the spiders?
Yeah, I'm watching to see if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're definitely going to be doing stuff.
fuck
Like
keeps
one's going
the
to turn towards you. It's going to
Growl keep guard spiders.
It's gonna like scoot its butt under itself, and as if it's like gonna shoot some webby at you. What would you like to do?
Well, Eldritch Blast is pretty loud, isn't it?
Huh?
Is Eldritch Blast loud?
Could put a silencer on that.
Yeah, I guess it's all in how you use it. Is it? Does it have a? It's a cantrip, right?
I like to think of it like you can control it like a fart.
Yeah, I'll let you decide.
Just like pistol.
Well, I mean, there is going to be a sound, but I don't think it's that loud.
Right. It's a big ship.
So yeah, I'm just going to Eldritch Blast. And I'm going to split my attacks. Two of them.
No louder than a snapping neck on the ship.
And then go ahead and roll like investigation. Yeah.
19 and 25.
Oh, nice. Both of those hit.
23.
Nice. Shit.
For 7 and 5 points of damage.
Oh yeah. So so you hit them, but you don't kill them. Each one's going to scoot its butt at you. One's going to shoot you for 17 versus AC.
That is a hit.
Okay, and the other one's going to be more than that. So they're just both going to plaster you with webbing, and the webbing will make you restrained, and then you can use a strength check to get out of it. It's also vulnerable to fire. So so at
You
this.
feel a weasel bouncing.
And while that was going on, there's this this crate, and it's like overflowing with all this like it's just a very oddly positioned crate, and it's like overflowing with all these like ruffly collars. And so so as you're kind of like looking at it, you like realize that the crate is actually like welded to the floor, and so you start like pulling out the ruffly collars, and you reveal a trapdoor inside the crate. But then as you turn around, you see Derek get plastered down with webbing from the spiders. Yes.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna like turn back to normal. Sorry, I'm on your chest right now.
Does that mean you're in the web as well?
Ew.
Can you chew through the web? As a weasel?
Kind of like go out as the weasel and then turn back to normal.
Maybe as the other thing is happening.
Okay. And then
Sure.
I want to use I don't want to burn anything in the wooden ship.
I think you can control it.
Yeah, you can put it back out.
I want to
It's
use
not going to it's not like made of flash paper. It's not going to all go up at once.
you don't know this.
I hope it's not made like that.
I'll use a firebolt on the closest one.
Firebolt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
On the spider or the webbing to free him.
Which do you prefer? Aims at you.
You would have gone for the spider.
Okay. 25 versus AC.
Is a hit.
Okay. Yay, it's 2d10 now. Yay, it's 2d10. 4 damage.
Okay. So you hit one of the spiders for 4 fire damage. It's still alive. The other 2 spiders have got their butts tucked under them. They're both going to aim at you now. One for 10 versus AC, and the other for 24 versus AC.
1 hit.
Okay, and so you'll be blasted with webbing, and you're kind of like stuck to the floor. Eleonora, what do you do?
So you're stuck now too?
Yeah. If I can get out.
Okay, then I'll go help Derek. I guess
Okay.
Can I like cut through it, or will it stick to my?
Yeah. Give me an attack.
Just imagining this Eleanor running at me with a rapier.
There's a button missing.
11 versus AC.
Just enough. Give me some slap some damage on it.
Okay. And can I do like both my attacks?
Well, I think only one will be necessary.
Oh, okay.
So let's make this like this can be your offhand attack if you want, or just your regular attack.
Do I get sneak attack too?
You don't necessarily need it. Because you're just cutting the web away from him. So I would just roll your regular damage, which will probably be
12.
Yeah. So she'll come at you with the rapier and then like cut like a perfect shape around you and free you from the webbing. Now you still have another attack, but the spiders are up on the ceiling. So unless you have a ranged attack, you would be able to hit them.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that you're free, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna.
We need to get to the trapdoor.
Okay.
Fuck these spiders, let's go.
I'm going to the trapdoor then.
Okay, yeah. So as you go for the trap door, would you like to dodge?
Yes.
Okay.
Did duck. Dodge.
You can dodge.
Oh, and the dodge serves you well because both
That's a
of
good
them
move.
like miss, but because of the dodge, so splat, and you jump and you make it to the trapdoor, which is inside like this crate. Now the other two spiders. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You just produce flame and just do this to get it off.
Okay. So you'll use an action to burn away the webby, and then what do you do?
Run for the crate as well.
Okay.
Did you say go for the crate?
Ooh, yeah. So
Hit.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, you get so you burn that away, and then you get plastered again. Eleanor, what are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna make a run for it for the trapdoor
Okay.
and dodge, I guess.
So you'll so that's fine.
Give me a minute.
16 versus Racy? Oh, you're gonna dodge?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
feel
Which I think you might be able to do as a
bonus action.
bonus action as well, so that's good. So dodge serves you well as well. That 16 went to an 11.
Well, if the dodge is your bonus, you can use your action to cut him free.
Or open the hatch.
Open the hatch. Open the hatch. I have an idea.
So you jump into the box and now you can open the hatch. When you open the hatch, you can see that there's like a staircase, or not a staircase, a ladder below and kind of a chute kind of structure.
Make sure I read this right.
You can see that there's, and it seems to continue down into like a different style of room. Like you're pretty sure it's the submersible. And there will be some stuff to do there as well, like some stuff that you can like use to disconnect if you like, on your next turn. In the water, you guys do anything in the water?
Just wait.
Okay, so
Unless you wanted to.
Yeah, we're like, we got
Yeah, we're having a great time. Like maybe they're even doing like little swim dances.
No,
I'm learning how to do a swim dance.
We're waiting
Jellyfish
very
away.
sensibly for a sign.
okay.
Jellyfish away.
Is this like like one of those screw hatches, or?
So there's like a double lock sort of mechanism. So you'd have to I guess how would it work? There's a way to do it. Like there's a way to disconnect it. It just takes an action. So.
Well, basically, what I'm wondering is there a way to wedge this door open so it doesn't seal when we disengage?
Yeah, with maybe an intelligence check, you could, because I don't know exactly how to do it. But like,
Well, maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I don't want to tip them off that we've just taken it. It could be a while before they figure out that it's gone.
I mean, this has got to work, so if it doesn't, we're fucked.
but there's definitely a way to seal
So
off.
I'm not going to do that.
There's definitely a way to seal off the ship in so that it doesn't start taking on water.
Right.
But the unless somebody's on the other side of the submersible, it's probably just gonna be left open.
Believe me, don't.
Even though he was the one that was like, I can be taken prisoner.
That's not what I meant. Just looking for
So
new.
we're leaving you behind.
So what are you doing? The two of the spiders are now like on their way down the wall and crawling towards you. You can see their fangs kind of like dripping with like pre-venom.
Just close enough to get the web and the spiders. We'll use a bonus action to make the fire spirit come out real quick.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throws.
16 being the highest,
My DC.
and then 9 being the other one.
What was the higher one again?
16.
16.
That one passes, but it still gets passed.
Okay.
So 10 fire damage for those that failed, and then half of that for.
Okay. Yeah. So you're. The one gets quite crispy and it's kind of moving a little slower now. It's definitely the one that's taken the most damage. The other one is has taken a lot of damage, but it's still kind of trucking along. Like it's
It's got a mission.
Yeah, it's got one thing on its mind.
Did it get enough of the web for me to get free?
The fire. Oh, did the fire hit you as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I think you can select the web as a separate target.
Alright.
And yeah. So how much fire damage was it?
10.
Yeah. So it would have freed you from the web as a bonus.
And I'm gonna roll my ass into the green.
Okay. So the problem is that now they're close enough to get opportunity attacks. Would you like to use a disengage action or?
Yes.
Okay. So the other two spiders up on the wall are going to shoot at you. So you can either take the opportunity attacks or you can dodge the ones that are...
Dodge the ones that are right there.
Dodge. Well, you probably want to dodge the restraining ones.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So the other two will take opportunity attacks, but they'll get disadvantage because you're dodging. So, good thing too, because that one crit. So 15 versus your AC?
That's right on.
Okay, so even with disadvantage, it's going to be a...
Ow, you fucker!
9 damage. It's going to be 11 piercing damage, and make a Constitution saving throw.
Seven.
For another 7 poison damage. And then the other one is also going to attack you. With disadvantage, it's going to get 7 versus your AC, which I'm sure is a miss. As you peel away from the two that are right next to you. The two on the ceiling are going to shoot at you. The first one rolling a 9, and so hits the wall, doesn't hit you. And then 18 versus AC.
God damn it.
As it sticks you down again.
Where's all?
Now, what are you guys doing in the chute?
Just go, fuck it.
Kind of waiting on Hunter.
Can you Eldritch Blast from the chute? Like, can you peek back out and...
Possibly.
Just the close ones.
Yeah, I'll pop back up the.
How many spiders are left?
There's 4.
4?
All 4.
Yeah. One is looking pretty fucked up though. He's been burned and blasted.
So yeah, I'll pop up and hit the 2 on the floor.
Okay.
Too bad animal friendship's a little late right about now.
These animals don't work.
They're training guard spiders.
Who keeps guard spiders?
Drow keep guard spiders.
Still.
I mean, while outside the ship, you guys are doing the jellyfish, like in the...
He's doing it in the apparatus, right? Like...
There's this one merfolk who's up in the window of the thing. And
Yeah, she's like breathes on it and then like heart.
She's like looking at you like
I'll pat on the seat next to me.
and she kind of blushes and she invites you to come out. And as she does so, she kind of like swims back and puts her hands like this and just
jiggling.
I'm relaxing it as we speak.
And she kind of giggles and swims away.
Yeah, I peek back over it. Trouble.
Our Friday
So
night come
18 and 24 to hit for. What was the damage plus 4s on the D10?
Plus 4? For both of them?
You want to target one or are you hitting both of them?
Both of them.
Alright,
Okay.
so 8 and then
Don't ask him, he's bad at math.
11.
8 and 11.
Sometimes it works in his favor. So 11 on one.
Yep, and
Okay.
8 on another.
And 8 on another. So
And I'm pushing them back 10 feet.
okay, yeah. So the 8 one just kind of explodes, and the 11 one actually also kind of explodes. So there's just the 2 on the ceiling. Eleanor, are you gonna do anything?
She goes down.
Yeah, go ahead. Scout ahead.
Then yeah, I'll go down.
Oh yeah. And what did you want her to do?
I'm just trying to help Hunter.
Did you give her instructions?
Scout.
Oh, scout ahead. Okay, cool. So, so when you hop down, so you hop down. You're in this sort of like little like tube, and then kind of like when you poke your head out, there's a hallway there. Walking away from you are two gnomes, and they're like kind of walking side by side, and they're kind of looking away from you. And then when you look the other way, you can see like a big, it's like a big fancy dining room kind of.
I guess I don't want to get like too far away, so I guess I'll just kind of wait there for them to catch up.
Okay. And at this point, did you want to change your shape again, or did you want to maintain the same appearance that you had above?
I guess
Because you could become a gnome if you wanted to.
Oh.
okay, then yeah, I'll change.
And you could even become one of those gnomes that just passed if you really want to.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds like a safe bet.
Okay. So
He's being so loving.
so meanwhile, up above the hunter, you're
Yes.
enwebbed.
Take two.
I'll get around.
So that's an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to roll and have the weasel attack one of the spiders because it moves after my turn.
Okay. So you want to move towards the. So let's have the weasel attack first.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
So not doing the teleportation. So maybe 15 versus AC.
15 is a hit.
For 6 damage, fire damage.
You said 6 fire damage?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's still very much alive. And you're going to move towards the crate again?
Yeah. Distraction.
Lord, son.
Are you using your action
Crit?
dodge?
No, he uses action to free himself.
Ah.
And he's going to get plastered again.
I'm stuck to the crate this time.
Yeah, he's like right at the crate.
Just stay down.
The weasel helped. I guess next time we'll have to-
Blasting spiders.
Alright.
Or am I cutting him free?
Cut me free so I can
I'm going to
roll
cut
in.
him free.
Okay, yeah, you can just do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to do.
Come on, Hunter, what the fuck?
Go, go, go!
Alright, yeah, so as you cut him free, you can like pull him into the chute and make your way down. Where a little gnome is waiting for you.
Oh, yeah, you give him the look like. You let him know too.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, look.
Well, I figure if I look
I
at her,
let
and
you
she
guess
just.
for a little bit, but
Yeah, give him a little bit of a heart attack.
We both sit there like,
Maybe I should call the guard.
Yeah.
So,
And so there's a mechanism to undock. Yeah.
do you know Gnomish?
languages. No, I don't. But I know Common, Elvish, Giant, Goblin, Thieves' Cant, and Undercommon.
Undercommon.
If any of those.
Undercommon might work.
Okay.
or thieves can't because it just comes out like whenever.
So here's what I'm wondering.
Okay.
Maybe we can get the gnomes to drive it for us.
We'll just wait here.
And then we'll have to deal with any drow when they show up.
That sounds like a good plan.
So we can disengage from here.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna start disengaging.
Okay.
You run in a panic and tell them that we have to head out to sea now.
Okay. Okay. I'll go do that.
Okay, so you'll begin running down the
Yeah.
down the hallway. You
We just
will
should-
eventually come to you'll eventually catch up with those two that were walking away from you. And then what do you say to them?
Just that it's an emergency and we have to get to sea now.
Give me a persuasion check.
None of these have really worked well.
And you watch for Drow. As I start disengaging.
You. Standing behind you. Fire.
15.
15. So they're like, oh, and then actually you're like, Jarl Axel said now. And they're like, oh, and so they're gonna start running down the hallway as well.
Zoidbergs.
They run like the grunts from Halo. Like, and do you want to chase after them?
Sure.
So you also go, oh!
And eventually you'll come to the control room. They're gonna run up to a drow that is standing on the observation deck. They're gonna be like, "We have to go now! We have to go now!" And Jarl Axel says, "We have to go now!" And he's going to turn. He says, "I received no word of this." He's gonna look right at you, and he says,
Well, where are you outside the ship?
exactly where does Jarl Axel want us to go?"
To the abandoned ship in the bottom of the
He hasn't decided yet. We just need to leave now.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
The difficulty's a little harder on this one.
Come on.
17.
17. He says, "Well, why don't I just call him?" And then he goes over to the little little phone thing, and then he's going to call up to the ship. Do you want to do anything before that?
Take out his knees!
Stab.
Well, no, because then they're not.
The other gnomes can jump in.
But
Be
then,
like, fight back, brothers!
Sabotage!
Yeah.
We'll give you a second to
Yeah,
think about
take
it. What are you guys doing outside, out on the water?
Out here.
I'm learning the language.
They speak common. She calls through the. I don't know. You guess you could hear her over the intercom.
Are they gonna block her with trash?
Oh yeah, they're just talking about like, so do you like redheads?
She says, "Why don't you come under the sea and live with me?"
Under the
Maybe we'll see how
Oh
this
god, Esfali is gone.
all, we'll see how this all turns out.
Right now, we're like the four of us are, and we're in like a little circle. And we're like doing Ring Around the Rosie underwater, like whee!
Yeah, and as so you're doing that for quite a while, and then they're kind of looking a little bored. They're looking a little testy. They're looking a little bored. They're kind of just like, is anything gonna happen ever? We came to see some cool shit, and now we've seen it.
Well, look inside the observation deck.
So they're going to.
I'm gonna swim up to the window and peek around.
You are?
Yeah. They can come with.
So
I becken them.
So they're gonna swim around, and so if you're looking from the inside out, you just see this ring of faces around the observation deck. And as you look in, you can see that there is a gnome and a drow. The drow seems to be on the horn, getting ready to talk about something. And then you will see exactly what transpires next, which is
No. I'm gonna tell him that he didn't want to be disturbed. Like we need to go now.
well. So the
Like,
persuasion check has
stop.
already failed.
So I can't try again.
Correct. Yeah. So this is so you can. I guess you could attack him in the hopes of killing him, or you could.
Could
I
I?
Maybe-
think if I attack him, they're not gonna believe me anymore, so I can't do that.
Viva la
Or-
That might be
could,
something they need though. Could we tell from before how cruel he was treating them, or was he treating them in any sort of way at all? Do they look like they're fearful of him? I guess.
Do I roll another insight?
give me an
Fire?
insight check.
Me.
Yeah.
Don't tap, Betty. You have to use the mouse.
He'd slip around the corner and turn into Jarl Axel.
16.
Mhm.
Another works too. 16.
16.
Yeah.
16. They don't look like they're being forced to do anything. They
You have the hat.
they do look fearful, but it's like they're boss.
I'll go get him.
Well, he's walking to the phone right
Oh,
now.
that's right.
Oh yes.
just-
okay. So with
Just
this,
say
if
that
you-
Jarl Axel's already here.
Yeah, if you say that he's on board and you want to go get him, I will totally allow that.
Okay, I'll say that.
Okay.
And then I'll run and find you guys.
Turn into Jarl Axel.
Yeah.
Can I? Can I turn into specific people?
Yeah, right?
It's a hat of disguise self, right?
Uh-huh.
But you could turn into Jarl Axel.
Oh.
You already have the hat on top of it.
So you like walk out and then come back in? And then you can turn into the gnome.
So now that you can have a deception check with advantage, if you like.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a different ball game. So and you can watch this from the window as Jarl Axel. So you don't know it's Eleonora. You just see
I see a little gnome.
you just see the gnome disappear and then Jarl Axel comes in.
And then I'm like, that's the big bad guy to them.
Ravaracus approaches the.
18?
Yeah.
And so he turns to you and he says, Sir, I wasn't aware that you were on board.
Come on, get mean with this. You disobeying my orders?
Now, so this is not good, right?
Oh yeah, so I'm like, that's
Cut the rope!
trouble? I don't see. Well, what was the protocol if Jarl Axel's on this?
We didn't cover that.
So I am freaking out. I rear back and I'm like, that's the Jarl Axel. He's the man in charge. I swim back to Bartholomew. Stop talking, bitch! Shove her out of the way.
One moment. Yes.
Jarl Axel's on the submarine.
What's that? I didn't
Oh.
really cover that.
Jarl Axel on the submarine.
I will start it back up.
Okay, and then do what?
Follow your lead.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I guess.
I will approach.
When in doubt,
I
cut
will
them
be
off.
ready.
Yeah,
For anything.
just get ready. I guess so. Get ready.
I feel like we had the emergency plan of when in doubt, just cut the line. Because I cannot make it okay again.
I will start inching towards the.
At what point in time in this does it actually disengage?
So you would be in the process of disengaging right now,
Yeah.
right? So, I want to hear what you have to say real quick as you're yelling at this guy, yeah.
Chew him out.
Well, I don't want to waste too much time. So what is the last thing that he said?
Oh, he said, Sir, I wasn't aware that you were aboard.
And you're supposed to be in charge.
Or just like, what's the effect you want to have? Like, what do you want him to do? And then we can figure out.
I just
what
want
you
him to go, like, for the ship to go out to sea.
Follow the original order.
Yeah. So I'll just tell him that they're new orders and that we need to go right now.
And then you just want to go.
Yeah.
And so he says right away, sir. And then and then as he says that, the ship will disengage. As you guys disengage it. Now, did you want to seal the top ship?
No. Well, wait. Yes, I did because I didn't want them to know right away that it was gone.
Okay. So
I'm hoping we can stealth away.
So you'll steal the top ship, and then and then seal the bottom ship, and
I
then
feel bad for
from the outside, you guys who think Jarl Axel is in charge of the submarine will see the submarine disengage
Oh shit.
and begin to pilot away from the main ship.
No shit.
I head straight for it, like
Straight for the ship.
No.
Submersible.
submersible. Yeah.
Okay, and what do you do?
I look at Ravaracus.
I was trying to keep up. I don't know how fast I can keep up with this thing.
Do you want to grab onto it?
Oh yeah. As it goes by, I'm like,
Okay, so you grab onto it, and what did you want to do?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean,
Well, if you tied the chain, he's
Give
getting
me an
pulled.
intelligence check real quick.
oh God, yes.
An
thank you.
intelligence check. Or a saving throw.
6.
Huh?
6.
He goes,
I take the fucking claw and just like latch onto it.
Okay, give me what's the
I
apparatus?
guess out of sheer panic, I don't know.
give me an attack.
Let it get away.
It's just roll a d20 at a +8.
21.
Oh, 21. Okay, very nice. So you'll grapple that, fucker, and then you're gonna go right along with it. with you and
Are
Toad.
the mermaids coming?
No, they're just like waving.
What?
And so so now you're sailing out to sea, or moving out to sea.
So
you're
It's
feeling
me,
you're
him-
feeling the ship move, like actually drive, which wasn't what you were expecting. I don't think.
No.
Yeah. So what are you doing? I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was just gonna ask. So how does it work? How are they on the ship? I know how she is, but how are y'all?
We're on the.
They got
back
on the
part.
ship and they got on the ship and then disengaged it from the top.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is there a hatch?
There is, yeah.
Yeah, but I would let in a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a shame.
Unless you dock it
Dock it.
on top of the ship where the hatch is.
Is there a dock on the bottom?
Where it was connected to the top of the ship.
Uh-huh.
There's like a hatch and like a docking
Right.
mechanism there.
Oh,
And there's a rear hatch that seals and opens
Okay, yeah,
for you.
then
So,
I'll-
so it'd be tricky, but you'd have to there'd be a check involved, but
Okay.
you can do it.
Flips.
That's what I would do.
Okay. So we'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
What are you guys doing as the ship begins to move?
Should we go check the front?
Yes. Stay behind me.
All
He
right.
fancies his hat a little
Are
bit.
you sneaking forward?
Do you show?
I
us?
am sneaking forward, but I'm also turning into a drow.
Okay. So give me a stealth check.
Doo-doo-doo.
17.
Okay, 17. So as you sneak forward, you can peek around to the control room, and you can see Jarl Axel standing there next to the drow who is ordering the people around, the little gnomes around, telling them to go out to sea. You can tell it's Jarl Axel, but he's kind of standing like to the side, or so he can't really see you.
Right. So the other drow is currently busy with directing the
Yeah.
gnomes. How many gnomes are there?
6. That's 6.
And Jarl Axel's kind of to the side and behind.
Yeah, like from where you are at the door, he's just like just barely kind of like looking away from you. Like if he looked this way, he would see you.
Okay.
But he's this way.
Well, I was just gonna quietly put a hand on Eleanor's shoulder.
Okay.
And then when she looks at me, just be like,
Okay, so you want her to see you.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you can make a gesture from the door. And this is a bit of a gamble for you, or are you certain it's her? Is this like a bit
I
of a
saw her
gamble?
turn into Jarl Axel.
Oh, did you?
Well, she came back
She
around the
went around
corner.
the corner where he
We
was.
came back.
Oh, I didn't think you were there yet. Okay.
Oh wait, no, you're right.
Shit.
It has to be her.
But like, okay,
Because
so
Jarl
you
Axel-
told
Because Jarl Axel would have had to have come past me.
Right.
So yeah, it's got to be her.
Yeah.
It's a game of one.
But I just like that moment of like, oh shit, like.
It's like,
How the fuck did he?
Wait.
What?
No, I was standing at the door the whole time. No, it's not him.
So
Fucker's got teleportation.
So you can sort of get her attention.
Okay. You're like, and then I'm going to aid her by cupping him and pulling him back.
Okay. So he's gonna rush forward and he's expecting you to kill this man.
I'm gonna kill him.
That is.
Oh, I thought you meant give him a
Please, you're
I
tie.
don't stab like that.
Oh yeah, damn. Yeah.
Does that give her advantage if he
Yeah.
Advantage.
I'm just picture.
Both hits.
Okay.
And you want to try rolling again just to see if you can crit?
What kind of rogue are you?
What do you mean?
I can't remember.
You're like
thief or
art-
assassin or.
I can check. Features. She is. Thief.
Thief. Okay.
Okay, well, we'll go with that.
It is shaping up that way.
That's an art.
It's like Brittany with
31 damage.
Okay,
Magic.
31 damage. So, 31 damage.
If he's still alive, I'll help.
Yeah, it's enough to hurt him bad, and he's like surprised, but but it's not enough to kill him outright.
Can I like come in with primal savagery?
You can, but you better be bringing the thunder.
Well, my action. Did she take aid on that or?
Yeah, she got. Oh wait, did you get advantage, or did you take advantage?
Yeah, she
didn't
did.
really
She rolled.
need it, but
Yeah, she rolled it. She got those 2 16s and she got like a 5 and another or 15 and 6.
Okay.
Alright, then yeah, my action's done.
Do I get advantage, or is that just for aiding her?
You may have advantage, but like I said, you better bring the fucking thunder, because
17 to hit.
it's a hit.
Right, for 2d10.
Thunder.
Feel the thunder.
12.
That's not
Acid.
that's not the thunder I was looking for.
I got a 10 and a 2.
I was hoping you'd blow a spell slot.
Oh,
but yeah,
I mean,
that's 12 damage, and he's still alive. And
bonus action, I'll make the fire weasel teleport.
and he's going to reach into his
Stabs me.
yeah, so his sheets, and he's going to pull out both blades. He's going to he'll take an attack at you first, for 17 versus AC.
That's it.
Okay, and that'll be
500 points of damage.
5 piercing damage and 5 piercing damage, and then 7 more poison damage. The other blade he's going to lash out at Eleonora with for 20 versus AC. For 8 piercing damage, and for another 8 poison damage. And then it's on. What are you guys doing from outside?
So do I see all this?
No. You're kind of
Like the tail end.
yeah, it's sort of
Behind,
the tail
like
end of the
being dragged behind.
ship. If you would like to dock the, if you would like to
I
dock,
don't know if I would or not. Like,
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Can
I have
make
the
it a-
rope, right?
Hmm?
I have the rope, right?
I don't know if we brought a rope, or if, I don't know if we decided that a rope would be useful here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
I mean, in my mind, intelligently, I want to think that if it's been undocked, that we've successfully executed the plan. But
She told you Jarl Axel.
she told me Arlaxel, but I know her antics.
Give me an intelligence check.
I don't know if I'd dock it or not. So, -1, 13.
13.
A surprise flow.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe
You think it's about a 50-50 shot that Jarl Axel is either on board or it could be Eleanor.
What I would probably do is release with the claw and try to get a view of what's going on inside.
So I can keep using this, can't I?
What?
Let's see, speed
I
wise.
can keep using that attack.
Speed
So
wise,
it just
if
one
you
hit.
try to do
No,
that,
up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
You have a flaming blade.
Get rid of this for now. I will just get rid of all the healing. Do that. That bird.
Yeah, but
speed wise, you if you let go, you're gonna
So I
lose it.
couldn't dock anyway.
Huh?
So I couldn't dock anyway.
If you were to like the scene that I imagined is you piloting up like with your pinchers, like clawing your way up to the top and then like dying. I said it would be tricky. You'd have to roll for it, but it could be.
Yeah, but I don't think I would. I don't think I would try to get in and be the only one in there.
And that's fine too. So what would you do?
Just keep following.
Okay, cool.
Keep holding on.
Maracus, you're kind of clinging on the outside.
Yes.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
15.
15. Okay, yeah. So you're able to. It's like this as the submersible picks up speed. You feel the pull. You've kind of nested yourself within the mechanics of the crab, and you're good to go.
Me and Rab are looking at each other, sweat beating down.
Underwater, sweating.
Meanwhile, back on the observation deck, Derek.
Well, fuck it.
Oh, and as he hit you, Eleanor, he would have said, "I should have known you were off. I should have known you weren't Yalaxon."
Didn't have his dimples.
I would never make that mistake.
Yeah, well, who do you think she is, Bonnie?
Yeah. Not that bitch.
I'm sorry, I must have been like Kyle. I confused you for a second.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
19s.
Hit.
18 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah. So you blast him, Eleanor. Ooh.
13 is the biggest one.
Both misses.
Okay.
And
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Flame Blade
okay.
and try to attack.
Okay.
Crit. So 66. 21 fire damage.
Okay. So he actually goes to block your flame blade, and as he does, I guess your flame is just so powerful that it just cuts right through his attack, and you will finish him off right then and there. As you look around, the gnome engineers are sort of all cowering in one corner of the submersible, and
You want to turn? We're going to a cliff. Turn.
and they're just like huddled there, afraid.
Keep driving.
They're just like, oh, okay, and then they'll continue to drive again.
But slow it down.
Okay, you got it.
Keep going, but slow down to a comfortable pace.
Are they going in the direction we're supposed to be going?
Out to sea.
Yeah, out to sea. Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like I would try and like tow them. Like, God damn it, I'm gonna get into the dragon.
And then I'm going up to the observation window.
Okay. Yeah.
They're slowing down.
As you claw your way to the front of the submersible, you'll peek down and you'll see Derek peeking up.
Yeah! Oh!
Just go flying back. And you catch her with the claw.
Yeah, catch her with the claw.
And then you see me go.
Place her safely on and I guess try to claw my way to the dock.
Well, actually, at this point, after you get so far out, you will see from the observation deck, and you guys will see from the top of the submersible, you'll see the large shape of the dragon swimming through the water, and you'll see it approaching from the front.
All right, gnomes, surface.
Yeah, and then it will begin to surface, and
Do they see the dragon too?
Yeah, they see the dragon.
And how are they reacting to that?
They're just all around terrified. They're just gonna put us to the dragon.
Fucking
Who's in charge?
And they all look around, and then they point to you.
Who's the head engineer?
And then
Still
this,
points to you.
yeah, this one
Get shoved
engineer.
forward.
This one engineer steps up. He says,
How would you like to work for a dragon?
says, well, as long as it means we can keep working on the submersible.
He really likes this submersible.
Probably their baby.
Oh.
H.
I'll try to work that out for you.
And he's not sure what to think of that, but he's not gonna say anything against it.
But you don't work for Yarlaxle anymore.
And he says, he just nods.
Okay.
This never happened.
So the submersible surfaces. You guys are on top of it. You see the dragon. Eventually, Derek will pop up out of the top of the thing.
Did you kill Yarlaxle?
That was Eleanor.
My own wife, I can't even.
Hatched you.
And I can't even recognize my wife. What kind of wife am I?
Greetings.
I see you succeeded.
Yes. Would you be interested in the little gnomes that can drive this thing? Their concern is keeping this submersible in tip-top shape.
It does ruin the aesthetic.
But think of all the buried sunken treasure you can find with the apparatus.
No, they don't get the apparatus.
I mean, with the submersible.
I had the perfect place to put it.
They can build you another.
That's your call. They're there if you want.
Oh, good.
Starts cutting it in half.
He says, he says, well, I'm quite pleased. Who did you say you were again?
Derek of the Golden Company. And then I'll introduce everybody else.
The Golden Company.
Yes.
He says, he says, impressive work. And, he will reach down with one claw and he will pluck off one scale and hand it over to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's like it's like.
Thank you very.
And like it looks small in his hand. It's like that cheesy like movie trick, right?
Yeah.
It looks small in his hand and it's like huge in yours.
That was surprisingly easy.
They're covered in web.
Burnt.
He's burned. He got burns all over one.
I'm bleeding out one arm, I'm burned on the other.
I learned a new day.
Yeah, spider bite is like starting to.
That's true.
Yeah. So is the sword wounds.
Oh yeah, do we see a lot of those? The Little Mermaid pop up and wave goodbye.
I know they waved goodbye along.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah, how does your heart deal with that?
Oh, it's fine. I know where they're at.
Oh shit!
Watch out, they have
Did you even get her name?
He says, so, will they just...
Oh, I can make him leave if you want. Starts putting water into it.
No.
Kidding.
So he's going to shoot up out of the water, and he's going to sort of fly around in a circle, and then he's going to land on the top of the submersible. And as he does, he sort of takes this humanoid shape, the shape of a halfling, and he has this wild shock of bronze hair, and he's going to so he's a halfling by the time he lands, and
That's so fucking awesome.
and then he's going to he says, well, it has been an honor doing business with you,
Well, I will introduce you to the crew and let them know that they now serve you.
and he says, I got this.
Very well.
Yeah. And then as he when he says
Periscope down.
yeah, and he says Golden Company. Gotta remember that. And then he goes down, and a short time later, the submersible will begin to sink back into the water.
Onto the apparatus.
No, these
We located
all these
this.
bodies float up.
It's what's more authentic than the dead bodies inside.
Alright. So we're going to go about a mile. We're going to head for shore about a mile away from the docks.
Okay.
I'm not pulling back into the dock area right now.
That's fair.
Anybody want some marshmallows?
All right. Well, and then so you make it back to shore. You have the scale. Where do you go afterwards?
I want to find that fucking bar that broke my heart.
Quasar?
Yeah. Fucker.
Alright.
I guess we shows up back at
He said he's not coming back.
Yeah, I'm not going on the ship.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near the ship. I'll give Eleanor her hat back. I guess I'll take a blanket, cover up the scale.
I will congratulate y'all on a job well done.
And I guess we are going to head back to the manor.
Okay.
I'm feeling shaky about storing the scale, the key at the manor now.
We got nowhere else to do it.
Well, do we trust Esphalie?
That's what I was going to say. We should just give it
When she
straight
comes to your rooftop meeting?
Yeah.
Where are we going to put it until the rooftop meeting?
I mean, what time is it now?
On her person.
It's big.
What time is it
It's probably later in the day.
now? So it shouldn't be too long, just maybe a couple hours. Because he says it's later in the day. I mean, you guys do have like your late evening strolls or whatever, right?
Now the whole group knows.
Yeah, we'll just hide it in our quarters till.
Okay. Well, you guys can. So, as far as information goes, as far as anybody knows, you guys and her are the only two that know the significance of the scale. So, you can rest easy with that for now.
Right.
Until somebody tries to sell it for money.
But when you get back to the tavern, when you walk in, of course, who greets you but Quasar?
You didn't follow the plan, Quasar. You missed the action.
He says, I infiltrated the ship. I was waiting for hours. I was waiting so long, I forgot what the plan was.
We walked past you.
Well, you could have said hi.
You were surrounded by enemy clowns.
When you put it like that.
Well, the whole day wasn't a loss. I did get a nice invite to perform.
Oh, hey, we got a raid!
Oh, hey!
Nice.
Sorry, you got an invite from
Oh,
who?
how honored! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. He says, well, I did get an invite to come play in Luskin.
Okay.
Perhaps you should.
Perhaps I will.
Stop, we need him.
But not at the moment. He says, so I was just waiting there all day. Nothing happened. I thought, well.
Nothing at all happened while you were there?
You missed the fun.
Do I remember what song he was playing?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything happened shortly after you were playing such and such song?
He says,
Jarl Axel came up to talk to you?
oh yeah, he's the one who, he says their troop leader, Zarda Zod.
Yeah.
He offered me the job in Luskin.
So about 2 minutes after that, anything happened? Sweet.
That's how we know we got away with it.
He says, well, I don't know what you're so happy about. Doesn't sound like you succeeded at all.
That's the plan.
Oh, you know.
You just show him the scale.
Yep.
Details now. Details now. Details.
Maybe next time you won't run off.
There were
I will give you the
mermaids.
details.
There were mermaids, and we learned to dance.
He says,
Guard
the
spiders.
dancing lizard.
The dancing mermaid lizard.
He says, I
guard
can write a song about
spiders,
that. I can write a song about that. I can write a song about
You pointing at
that.
Eleanor?
I can write a song about that. And what did you do the whole time?
He seduced
I
a
made
mermaid.
friends. I made friends.
Well, I can't really write a song about that. It's kind of why I left you on the beach in the first place.
Wow, he's sassy. Got you. He knows better than to get us three. Especially her.
I remain silent.
What is? Oh, he might shove you again.
Well, I recently found out he's at least level 12, so.
Oh yeah.
He is the greatest bard in Waterdeep. And he says, we'll work you in somehow. But
There's an arrow.
but he takes all the details. He starts plucking out He says this ballad is going to be epic. The whole world's gonna know your name.
Oh my dear Quasar, we have just begun.
And
So what are we going to do about Otherguard?
What are you gonna do about it? You ran him off.
He yelled at me and I did nothing! I said they had to work together, which they do.
We'll worry about that later.
so you have obtained one of the 3 keys to open the vault. And with that, we are actually at the end of our session. So unless there's anything else that anybody needs to take care of before we stop today.
No.
What is
We've
the
been
final
up for
image?
probably like 18, 20
Yeah,
hours
it's been a
straight.
pretty eventful.
Hunter's already a cat
Day.
on the floor
What's the
asleep.
final image?
What would the final image be? The final image would be the final image would be a halfling standing on the observation deck of the submersible. With all these like little gnome engineers like running around him, and he's changed. He's like changed clothes. He has like this like captain's outfit on, and
Like the tassels?
yeah, with the tassels and everything. And he's just like talking to himself, and he says, I don't even know if he's talking to himself. Maybe he's just like it's a whole new game now, and full speed ahead, ready the weapons.
I was thinking more like a mermaid just daydreaming, like with those crudely drawn like seashell portraits of Marvel.
I like that too. Yeah,
That's when he drives past.
yeah. As he heads out to the open sea with his new submersible.
Andrew says you're a great story.
Oh, thank you so much, Andrew.
Let's raid
Yeah, let's pass it along. To who?
Perception Studio. I mean, they've got a lot of people, but
Okay.
We got a good bit now too.
All right. Cool.
even one person's a good raid.
Well, thank you so much, How I Nerd, for the raid.
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
And thank you for all the follows and all the subs and the gifted subs.
Thanks for the love.
Thank you so much, and everybody check out How I Nerd. They have really great content.
Awesome storytellers.
Yeah, they're part of the Storytellers Union. They're founders of the Storytellers Union, so they're super awesome. So thank you so much.
Let's do this.
Read.
Oh my.
Did it go through?
Yes.